think this should be working now. We're on the right connection. Should have tested this a little better earlier in the day, but I was doing proofreading. Should have tested this a little better earlier in the day, but I was doing proofreading. Should have tested. Yep. Okay, cool. Sound inception. I'm a professional streamer, guys. You know, can't you tell? We're live. Yes, we are. Symphonic. Sympho. Sins. Many nicknames I could come up with. Yes, it's happening. Alright, I'm gonna push the notifications. It seems like I'm audible. So don't mind me as I push these notifications for 1 second. Waiting for people to file in just a little bit, maybe. How are my levels? Am I audible? Does the music maybe need to go down a little? Maybe just a little. It sounds a little loud on my end. There we go. Alright. Mic up, music down. Yeah, my mic for some reason's really quiet, and I've boosted it to the maximum. So, music down, it sounds like. Music down. I guess all I can do is ask for everyone at home to put their own audio up just a touch. Yeah. I don't know why my mic is so quiet. I was testing my, computer's inbuilt microphone, because for some reason my headset's really quiet right now. But my inbuilt audio, microphone on the computer is, it's, I don't know, you can just hear too much. You can hear, buzzing and clicking and tapping. Ugh, no. This one at least cuts out the crap, even if it's potentially to a fault. Hey, look, it's an Australian streaming. I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. This whole game, it's filled with Australians. We're rare people in the world of visual novels. Yeah, at least in visual novels, we could say that. How is everyone? I won't keep you all waiting too long. Just gonna give it another minute or two to, make sure that... Sorry, just looking at settings. That everyone's filing in. Ooh, hello Nalu. I don't recognize that name, but you may be from the server, or maybe you're just from elsewhere. From the wild world of the internet. Australia is fake anyway, it's true. I'm part of the conspiracy. This game is a piece of propaganda from the Illuminati, and, this is all just to make you think that Australia is real and filled with cute girls and boys, That's what this game's propaganda is. Is Australia the major place to hear all the deadly animals live? Yeah. You could just dump all the deadly animals here, or you can get them from here. That's what it's all about, really. I was literally doing playtesting up until about 20 minutes ago, because while I was just casually skipping through a bunch of dialogue, I found a specific choice combination that ended up in a bizarre crash, which took me way too long to find the problem and to fix, but yes, it's been a busy day of playtesting and proofreading, and thus, the first thing I imagine is going to happen after all day proofreading, I'm gonna guess within the first 24 lines of dialogue, or story I should say, I'm gonna find an error. I'm gonna find the dumbest spelling mistake or grammar mistake or just straight up missing word, and I'm gonna be so annoyed, but whatever. Oh hey, been a fan since February. Oh wow, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the demo. I mean, publicizing the demo the way I did, all the way back in 2019 really was the smartest decision I ever made, because I'm gonna say 99.9% of players are like, yeah, I just came across your demo and loved it, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. If I didn't just make that comprehensive huge demo just free and let everyone play nearly half the game, I back then I was like, that's nearly half the game. It's now a third of the game, because scope creep is insane. But you know, whatever. Anyways, the stream's been going for 5 minutes, so I suppose we should get rolling. Hey, a bit too many times. Oh, hello, guttural hair. I remember your name. The game keeps on giving. Oh, thank you. That's good. I'm glad it keeps on giving, because, you know, it's nearly 2 years overdue now. Making games is hard, especially once you're first, and then you make it an untenable, unmanageable, crazy project like I have. Literally cannot say no to my own ideas, and that is why this game keeps taking forever to make. I keep wanting to add more details and make it as good as possible and as true to my vision, but, you know... You love the start screen, thank you. When it's 99% complete, it'll add another 20% scope. It seriously will, look. It will. I'm going to be in your upcoming games list till the day I die, you know? Till the end of time, let's say, actually. A little less morbid. I'm glad you love the start screen. I love the start screen, too. The start screen has had quite an evolution over the years. Not late this time. Oh, I thought you were talking about me because I was late, but you're not late. No, Pilot Lavender, you are not. It's the curse of that list. Everyone 22 upcoming got delayed. It would be convenient to blame the list. For me, it would be convenient, but the truth of it is I'm making an impossibly huge game literally by myself at this stage. It used to have a team of artists and musicians, but they all did their job. And have just now moved on to other things because they did their job. I, the writer/manager, suck. That's why I'm still here writing. I keep thinking of more ideas. But anyway. Thank you all for joining me. I've wasted enough time. I like to preamble and ramble about nothing. So let's just get rolling. Hey, let's just get into it. So we'll hit new game. This is not typically how it gets into it. But, you know, I have developer tools going on, so, you know... We'll just get into that. So, time to set the scene. Let's get into it. It's finally Maisie's birthday party. It's the final event in the game before the story reaches its climax and all of your decisions you've made until now are put into motion. Sid is currently psyching himself up to ask Steph, his longtime crush, out to the school formal. And he must do it before the end of Maisie's party, or he may never get the chance to tell her how he feels. So far, the party's going well. Everyone's been having fun in Maisie's backyard pool. Sid's gotten to hang out and see his friends, and even gets to mingle with some of Maisie's other friends who he doesn't know that well. We're playing... So in this file, in this, like, scenario I've set up, we're playing a Sid who's spent a lot of time with Steph, a decent amount with Maisie, but not much with Jayda. It's no coincidence I've decided to showcase content that maybe doesn't focus on Jayda, because I suspect a good majority of you are going to go to Jayda first. And I'd rather not spoil the more Jayda-centric scenes. Maybe I can tempt you all to give Steph and Maisie a go in your next playthroughs, though. If the game's completely successful, we try and make a new one later on. I don't know. I gotta be honest, a part of me wonders if I ever want to do a visual novel ever again. Like, I don't know. This is like so much work, and if I want to do another visual novel again in my life, that means I will have to resist every urge to not top LoveSick Darlings, and LoveSick Darlings is going to be 930,000 words minimum at this point, and I'm like, do I really want to write a 1 million word visual novel? No. I think I'd have to really go out of my way to, like, to make the shortest, most contained, fully kinetic story ever. With no choices, no dynamic relationships, none of that bullshit, just like a basic story. I think that if I made another visual novel, I would scale it. I would scale it the fuck back, all the way back. Read like a book. Well, it's story time. That's what what visual novel let's plays and walkthroughs and gameplay sections are. I'm sorry. The disrespect. It's not disrespect. I love Jayda. We all love Jayda. Don't get me wrong. I just, you're all gonna You're all gonna pursue Jayda. There's no point previewing her content, you know? There's probably enough words to write a light novel. Yeah, I think there's more than enough. That's a heavy novel. I mean, you can make another game while you're a girl trying to fool a bunch of guys. Legitimately, like, if I wanted to do another LoveSick Darlings thing, it would be the other way around, yeah. I have thought about that. It's in my vague notes and, like, side projects folders of notes. That's where LoveSick Darlings started as. LoveSick Darlings was, like, such a random thought that I had one day. And then I made it into a game, and then it randomly got the niche success on Itch.io, and I just started developing it after people were interested in my little tech demo I put out. Yeah, you can make another game where you, just make the short after the story DLC. A Jayda exclusive DLC. Wouldn't that be... That's one... Yeah, true. If I really wanted to be quite transparent with understanding my viewer base, I guess that's what I would do. I'd feel so sad not giving extra conclusions to Steph or Maisie or the other characters, but honestly, you're not wrong. Jayda after story. Okay, well, you guys have to see the ending first before you can say if you want after stories or not. Let's just keep going for now. Right, so that's where Sid's standing. He's also made some interesting decisions before the party, some of which we may see the consequences of play out in the upcoming scene. Speaking of which, this is the scene we jump into. People are slowly migrating out of the pool and are now relaxing in the backyard. Things are pretty chill until Maisie suggests they play a game. Dun, dun, dun. Take my time with each. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe you're right. Maybe that's the way to do it. It's time for Never Have I Ever. I don't do voices for the characters. I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to listen to me. Alright. Maisie plonks down a giant tray of alcoholic-looking drinks on the table. The table is covered with several other trays, all balancing drinks of their own too. Oh no. Do we have to? Of course we do. What kind of party would it be without a drinking game? A nice one? Besides, I'm the birthday girl, so that means everyone has to do what I say. I'm pretty sure that's not how... Ugh, whatever. There's no point trying to change Maisie's mind on something on any given day, let alone the day she believes she needs to be worshipped. Come on everyone, get over here, it's game time. Maisie passes me several drinks. First 3, then 2 more, before continuing serving drinks around the table in lots of 5. I'm a little too proud of this little drink counter on the top right here. I suck with UI and graphical assets. I always pay for help for that shit because I am so bad at it. I don't have the eyes for it. So, but I did this myself. It's a little mock-up. Honestly, it might change in the final version, but you know, look, a little drink counter that goes up and down with your drinks. it was an experience putting that together. Nice little detail. Oh, thank you. I inspect one of my drinks as she continues serving. It's bright pink, has a lemon wedge, and looks very bubbly. From the many times I've seen Maisie drinking at parties, this is a classic Maisie drink. Kinda smells alcoholic too. But there's no way she got this much alcohol past her parents. Of course, there isn't room for everyone to play. So I've only dragged over my favourite friends to join us. Everyone else can stay in the pool. We don't have enough time. We don't have enough drinks for everyone anyway. I see most of the party goers either shrug or ignore Maisie and continue hanging out in the pool or buy the food. However, a few familiar faces begin to make their way over. Don't tell me, is that real alcohol? Jayda takes a seat next to me, cautiously inspecting her drink. I don't think that's likely. Yeah, my parents bought all of this alcohol to get everyone here super drunk. They did? I'm pretty sure Maisie's just messing with you, Jayda. My heart stops for a moment. Just hearing her voice puts me on high alert at the moment. Without any hesitation, Steph takes the other seat next to me. Maisie out here picking favorites. Yeah, well, she does. It's true. She does. Yeah, that's how she works. She's definitely the type of person You know, like how little kids tell each other who their favorite best friend is in front of their other best friends? She's the kid who would do that. She'd be like... She still does, basically. That's how she acts around Sid. Like, in front of Jayda and other friends, she's just straight up like, you're my favorite best friend, Sid. Or if it's someone else, she'd probably say it in front of Sid as well. There's no stopping this girl. One of Maisie's beach chairs has been pulled up on the table. She's drying her hair with a towel. It's hard to even look at her in the swimsuit without my face going red, after what I saw in the pool with her earlier. I wonder what that's about. Anyway, I know she probably didn't even give sitting next to me with second thought, but I still can't help but feel nervous with her so close to me. I would edit that line if I could right now. That's wordy, but anyway. Commentary on my own writing. Anyways, this means she's going to be sitting next to me for the entire game after all. I see her take a sip of her drink. Definitely not alcoholic. It's a mocktail. Does she have experience drinking alcohol? Hey, don't drink that yet. That's for the game. Sorry. I would say it was just to put Jayda's heart at ease, but I also wanted to try them because, dang, these drinks look good. From the very few times I've tried alcohol before, I can't say I'm a huge fan of it. But even I have to admit, those drinks do look good. It's complimenting me. These drinks do look good, don't they? Anyways. Why, thank you. You don't mean... Did you really make these yourself? Don't be so shocked. I'm trying not to be, but it's hard to imagine you making anything. Maisie's the kind of person to burn cereal, after all. Hey, I can make stuff, like drinks, and that's pretty much it, but still, that sounds about right. Still, that's super impressive. Seriously, as someone who cooks, I can appreciate how long it'd take to prepare this many drinks. I look around the table. There must be nearly 100 drinks here. Who in the world has so many glasses available? I guess Maisie's family does. Her mum does event planning, and Albie's party was literally just last week, so I guess it mustn't have been too hard to pull together now that I think about it. But still, this is going to be a ton of cleanup for a simple game of Never Have I Ever. Oh, how naive you are, Sid. You thought this was simple? Hey, Rimvides, how's it going? A VN scholar has entered the chat. The pattern on Jayda's swimsuit. It is nice, isn't it? It does seem to fit her, it certainly does. The drinks are in relatively small glasses, so they can be drunk quickly, but they're not exactly shots. Which makes it even more impressive that Maisie mixed and made all of these and got them into so many glasses. The party clearly means a lot to her. Oh, is that glitching coming up for anyone else? Oh, that's not good. I think the recording glitching up, but anyway, hopefully it's clear still. The only time I ever see Maisie trying this hard is for musical stuff. And I know that means the world to her. I never would have guessed a silly party game would make her put so much effort in. Thank you all for recognizing how great I am. Mum was against even the very concept of mocktails or any kind of drinking game at this party. But when I told her the alternative was me going to a friend's place and getting drunk for real instead, she let up. Nothing like holding a thread over someone to get what you want. So the compromise was that she would buy the ingredients, but she wouldn't help me make them. Which is why I had to make them all on my own. Whoa, that's a lot of mixing and pouring, isn't it? Yep, it took me all night. So that's what she was doing last night when we talked. We even had to use the third fridge to keep all the drinks fresh. Who in the world has a third fridge? Right, Maisie's family. Sometimes I forget she's the spoiled first child of a bank manager. The worst part is that Mum watched me like a hawk the whole time. She made sure I wasn't giving the drinks a little something extra. Knowing Maisie, she really would have spiked those drinks with alcohol if she was given the chance. Her mum clearly knows her well. But that's a relief. Jayda seems to have some aversion to alcohol based on the time she refused to go to the bar in Sydney. Ooh, references to events that you guys don't know yet, but obviously written in because I know everything. Wonder what that's about. You've really put a lot of work into this, huh? Seeing the table practically overflowing with drinks in front of us, it's hard to disagree with that assessment. Fuck yeah, I have. The birthday girl really has a way with words. Then I'll be sure to enjoy my drinks. Although, that said, the whole point of Never Have I Ever is to be the last one standing with drinks, right? Which means that if I want to win, I have to avoid drinking these delicious mocktails. Heavy is the price of victory. You're missing the fun of the game if you avoid drinking. Great to see you're doing well, Rimpy Dust. That's great. Maisie Denker is the bank manager. It wasn't mentioned before. Is that new information? It's dropped here and there. Sometimes I forget what's in a demo and what's in a beta and what's in an alpha and what's in a gameplay preview, but it's mentioned multiple times throughout the game. I know that for sure. Yeah, she's always been the child of a rich family. Maisie kind of explains some of her mannerisms and characteristics, in my opinion. Drink break, don't mind me. Narration is thirsty work. Alright, let's keep going. To me, the best part of the game is asking the sauciest questions you can think of just to see how everyone answers. Or even better, targeting someone with a perfect prompt just to embarrass them. That kind of strategizing is what Never Have I Ever is all about. Something about the way she says that makes me slightly nervous. Sorry about the delay. Are we late? These two really stand out at the moment as two of the only fully clothed people at the pool party. That's my way of saying, sorry, I couldn't afford more sprites. That and Stu and Grace, they're kind of not the type to go swimming, let's be honest. I mean, you know how at every, pool party, there's always a couple of people who just don't go swimming? It's these two. Anyways, is that alcohol? Finally! Grace practically dives for the table, but Maisie blocks her way. Sorry to crush your dreams, but they're only mocktails. Aww. More importantly, they're for Never Have I Ever, so don't drink any yet. Oh god, are we really playing that? That's exactly what Sid said. Grace gives me a quick glare. What did I do? Come on, Gracie, come and sit so we can start already. Right, sure. Grace walks toward Jayda but hesitates and sits opposite her instead. She's always so much more cooperative with Jayda than anyone else. A drinking game, how exciting! I've never done one of those. Stu pulls up a stool on the other side of the table. Maisie takes a deep breath and cups her hand around her mouth. Oi! Francis! Nettie, get the fuck over here already! I nearly yelled, but I don't want to blast the microphone. I'm the Stefan Stewart at the pool party. I've never been to one. Well, fair enough. You know, not everyone has a pool. Not everyone knows someone with a pool. It's understandable. Francis and Nettie stand up from the edge of the pool in a hurry, drying themselves off as they walk. Coming, oh birthday queen. That's what I like to hear. Francis and Nettie are Maisie's old friends from Broadchurch. Francis is the most flamboyant guy you've ever met, and Nettie got drunk before arriving here. She's been trying to make out with any guy who has a pulse, but Francis has been keeping her under control. They'll be an interesting pair to have around for this game. So, these are two characters that are introduced at the beginning of the party, but since we're kind of jumping into the middle of it, that's my quick little introduction now. I think their characters will become quickly apparent. They don't have sprites, sadly, but they are only for this event. Yeah, it was... In an ideal world where I have infinite money, they would have sprites, but we do not live in an ideal world. They're not important in the grand scheme of things. They're just, he gives some insight into Maisie's character, is what I can say. As Maisie's two old friends approach, Violet flanks us from the other side and takes one of the last available seats at the table. Violet brings her boyfriend, a dude called Charlie, to the table. Her two grunts are nowhere to be seen. Violet's the most well-connected of the popular girls at Foster Hills High, and she's super close with both Maisie and their network of friends in musical. Charlie seems like a nice enough guy, but I kind of get the feeling there's a tumbleweed rolling around in his head sometimes. From my one limited interaction with Violet, I can't say I'm especially looking forward to playing this kind of game with her or her goons. But she and Maisie are friends, and today's not about me, so I'll just keep my mouth shut and play. For Maisie's sake. Look at Sid, isn't he a nice friend? She smiles slyly at Maisie, idly holding her date's hand, and Maisie grins back. I probably don't want to know whatever they're psychically communicating. I look around the table instead. Every seat's taken now. So Violet is a character who shows up in a couple of optional, slightly secret events throughout the game. She's mentioned in passing in the demo, if I recall correctly. But otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, you know, she's a character you can slightly get to know, but no, she's not part of the main cast or anything. She's also a character who shines a light on Maisie's life outside of the friend group, basically. And she and Maisie's two friends from our old school, the religious school, for those who maybe need a refresher on her backstory, because Maisie used to go to a religious school, and only started this year, the same time as Sid at Foster Hills High, their current high school. You know, hopefully it gives some extra insight into their character. They're just kind of supporting for this scene, so yeah. Hopefully that's relatively clear. Anyways, let's keep going. Me, Maisie, Jayda, Steph, Stu, Grace, Francis, Nettie. They're like Power Rangers the way I'm listing off. And then Violet plus her date to Charlie. And Charlie's absolutely just a filler character, like you guys will say. But in a fun way, I hope. This is an odd collection of people we've got here. I only know half the people here. Yet, somehow I feel like Maisie wouldn't want it any other way. It's going to be an interesting game of Never Have I Ever. Alright. I think the game starts now, so let's get into it. Those who are present in the chat, many options are coming up, and I'm going to be relying on you all in there to type in your votes. I looked into Twitch having an integrated poll system, and I need to be like an affiliate to do that, and I think being affiliate means like you need to have like 1,000 followers and be streaming literally all the time. So no, I don't have the integrated function, and I did not make polls because, if I'm being honest, it's a little too much effort. So, you know, I'm going to be relying on you all to just type in the chat the options when they come up. You're ready. Alright, everyone's ready to go, it looks like. Hell yeah. Oh, okay. Alright, bitches, it's time for the main event of tonight. Apart from me already opening all of my presents from you guys, or blowing out the candles on my birthday cake before 2, it's been a long day. I hope there's a quiet moment after this where I can finally talk to Steph one-on-one. I gulp. Steph and I have been through so much recently, with the thunderstorm and what happened at my place. Telling her how it feels can take everything I have. Even just thinking about it is making me anxious. I should just focus on the game for now. Get on with it, slut! Nettie and Francis giggle to each other. Maisie cracks a smile. Shut up, homo. It's my birthday, not yours. Some of the others giggle too. I sit there awkwardly, not sure if I'm supposed to laugh at this banter or not. Francis does a motion as if to zip his mouth shut. Alright, it's time for the once-in-a-lifetime inaugural game of Never Have I Ever between all of my bestest and closest friends. Is that really the right use of the word inaugural? Doesn't matter. I'm the birthday girl, so I get to decide what makes sense and what doesn't. Yeah, you go, girl. Kick Reeser to the curb. Make the impossible possible. A hell of a time to be making anime references, Jayda, but okay. She never misses a chance, does she, Jayda? That's why we love her. That's why we love her. I assume everyone knows how to play Never Have I Ever, right? Actually, I have no idea how to play. Stuart here is the convenient excuse for a tutorial. But judging by this array of delicious drinks, I imagine drinking is involved, which sounds delightful. Huh, I just assumed everyone knew how to play. I first learned about it in Year 7 back in Middleton High. which I'd rather not be thinking about right now. Did he just call Never Have I Ever delightful? I think I'm falling in love. Keep it in your pants, Francis. But sure, I can quickly run you through the rules. It's a pretty easy game. I'm a bit rusty on the rules myself, actually. Hearing them explained by Maisie may be a good refresher. Even if I won't admit that out loud here and now. The game is simple. Basically, we go around in a circle and say, never have I ever something. You can say whatever you like, and in response, if someone has done the thing you said, wow, bad spelling, I knew this would happen. We're not that far in, and a critical errors in the chat here, in the text here, but whatever. They must take a drink and tell the story of how/why the thing they're drinking for happened. We each have 5 drinks, so that means if you drink all 5 of them, you lose. Last person standing with drinks wins, and is crowned the super sexy birthday queen. A highly coveted title, I'm sure. I see, I think I get the idea. For example, I might say, never have I ever stayed up all night to play video games. So dorks like Jayda and City would have to drink, while the rest of us get to have another turn. Hey! Why am I being made an example of? Oh man, I'd have to drink too. Will turned to Charlie, surprised he's chimed in. I mean, one time, me and my mates stayed up all night playing zombies, but it was worth it because we got a new high score. Charlie reaches for a drink. Violet puts her hand on his. Charlie, the game hasn't started yet, stop. Oh, sorry, I kinda zoned out for a sec. Just stay quiet for a bit. You're much prettier with your mouth shut. Charlie smiles for some reason. Did he take that as a compliment? It's not surprising to see Violet is the way she is even with her boyfriend. I wanted to hear about this. I wanted to hear the story about the zombies' high score. I get the feeling that Charlie would happily tell the story to anyone who'd listen. How's the chat going? Violet Christ, I hate Twitch at times. Oh, hey Saxon, how's it going? Just in time. Oh, well, fair enough. The game is just about to start, luckily. There's a lot of preamble and rules they're setting out, so let's just get through the last one now. Oh, and one thing to keep in mind is the person giving everyone the Never Have I Ever prompt. Ideally, whatever you say is something you haven't done yourself, because if it's something you have done, then you've got to drink too. The trick is to ask something that you know or suspect someone else here has done while keeping yourself safe. It's a surprisingly tactical game then. It's a social manipulation tactics. It's social manipulation tactics to the max. It's why I love it. Not sure what to do with that admission from Maisie, but okay. I see now. It's a game about using your knowledge to win while also finding out fun facts about your friends. Fun facts, he says. I can't believe some of you losers don't even know how to play Never Have I Ever. That's impressive. Good to see she's nasty to everyone, not just me. Important note, if you drink, it means we're all allowed to ask you about the story behind why you're taking the drink. I mean, usually it'll be self-explanatory and we don't need an explanation. But if someone like Steph takes a drink after someone asks about doing bank robberies, then we have the right to make her tell the story. Damn, my secret life of crime is about to be revealed. I wonder if there's any secrets I can get out of Steph with this game. I mean, I feel like I know everything about her after what happened earlier this week, but I can't help but wonder. Okay, but can we actually play now? Yeah, I want to drink already. I can tell I'm sobering up and I want to stay drunk. Let's make sure no one tells her that the drinks are non-alcoholic. I know, guys. We'll start in a sec. There's just one big personal rule I have for this game. No lying and never have I ever. It ruins the entire game if people start lying or don't admit to things. So all of you have to promise me to tell the truth, okay? Ugh, do I really not get a choice in this? None of you would deny the wishes of the birthday girl on her special day, would you? Damn it, I can't deny her, it's true. Plus, I'll know if you lie. I can tell that sort of thing. There is that too. Maisie has good intuition for this kind of thing. Lying would be a risk. After everything recent, I can imagine Steph might want to keep something secret. Let's just hope nothing about families comes up in the prompts as we go around in a circle. that shouldn't be a problem. We're all friends after all. I look around. It's an odd group that feels comprised of Maisie's 3 different worlds. Her old religious school pals, her friends from musical, and us, the nerdy friend group. But in a weird way, this feels like it suits Maisie. She's the kind of person to have friends all over school. So you guys ready to decide who's going to become the super sexy birthday queen? Let's go! Darn tootin'. How even her excited exclamation so cute. I've got a bad feeling about this, but fine. It'd be a waste to not drink these mocktails. I'm very curious to how this game will turn out. Good luck, everyone. Ugh, he's such a good sport all the time, isn't he, Stu? Such a polite boy. Stu's a funny guy, he is. No, but seriously, is the cute guy in the suspenders and the dark ponytail seeing anyone? Come on, Francis. There'll be time for flirting later. We've got to embarrass the hell out of Maisie in front of her new friends. It's our sacred duty. Ha! Good luck. These guys know everything about me. Oh, we'll see, darling. We'll see. These guys have a strange friendship. Violet herself is holding Charlie's hand, smoking. I'm excited to play this with you, Maisie. The way she said that sounded more like a challenge than anything. She's probably thinking of some evil, never have I ever prompts right now. Meanwhile, Charlie is staring at a moth that's flying into a bug's apple. I can't tell if they're the best or the worst match ever. But one way or another, it seems like we're all ready to go. If only there was a Stuart. I know. I robbed you all, didn't I? Can't wait for the release. This is looking good. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lost Raider. I am good. I am great. It's nearly midnight here, but I'm a night owl, so, you know, whatever. I'm chill. Yeah. Anyways, let's keep going. Start the game for realsies now. There's quite a preamble to this. Maybe I should cut that down. Just doing my own editing live, it looks like. But anyway, then let's play already. Maisie clears her throat. We'll start with me, naturally. 'Tis my right as the birthday girl. She's really making the most of this executive power she wields today, huh? This is my first birthday with Maisie, so this is all new to me. But not exactly surprising or unexpected. So, my first turn will be... Never have I ever had sex. If we were all allowed to have our drinks yet, we would have all done a spit take. Maisie laughs as everyone stares at each other uncomfortably. Seriously, Maisie? I'm glad I enjoyed the little reactions in the chat on the side here. I'm glad her character's so strong that you're all just like, yeah, that's her. Yeah, that's a classic. Seriously! Maisie proceeds to chug one of her own drinks, starting the chain reaction of drinks. God damn, Maisie, you started this game strong. Violet proceeds to chug one of her drinks. Charlie smiles smugly and nudges Violet as he gets his drink. She rolls her eyes. I guess those two make sense. Oh, please. Frances takes a drink without a second thought. Nettie giggles to herself, then winks at me while she takes a drink. I wish she'd leave me alone. I guess something that isn't necessarily clear is Nettie's been harassing Sid for most of the party during their interactions. Anyway, you'll see more of that as this goes on. Oh shit, Maze, this drink rules. Are you sure there isn't alcohol in this? Because it tastes like there is. I wish there was. But hey, I'm glad that my drink mixing skills are still great, even without any alcohol. Oh my god, it reminds me of that one drink we had at the club we snuck into. Yes, you remember. I modeled the drink after the one we had that night. The bartender kept giving us drinks because you flirted with him. Oh my gosh, that was such a fun night. The two of them laughed together, enjoying their in-joke. Maisie did a good job of maintaining her old friendships from her previous school, huh? Can't relate to that. Jayda, Steph, Stuart, Grace, and I all sit awkwardly as everyone enjoys their drinks. Damn, there are a lot of virgins at this table, huh? Us who didn't drink look at each other awkwardly, unsure what to say. I know, right? It's crazy how many of my friends at Foster Hills are virgins. Is it? Fucking hell, Maisie. Wow, all the virgins are from Foster Hills High, the public school. Way to go against stereotypes. All three of us Broadchurch. One ex-Broadchurch, thanks. Right, people who currently do or have attended Broadchurch. Wow, that is a hard word for me to say suddenly. Attended Broadchurch. Have had sex while the kids at public school are still pure white virgins. That's so not what I expected. I know, right? Is it really that unusual? Our parents would be disappointed in our private school education if they knew how corrupted we were. Francis feigns dramatic sadness. The theatre kid in him is showing. Despite their best efforts, all three of us became total degenerates. How tragic. But being a slut is fun, so who cares? Fuck yeah, sluts unite. These guys are a lot, aren't they? Relatable, Jayda. These guys are a lot. I'll say. Feels a bit weird hearing Nettie called Maisie a slut considering what she went through last week. But chances are she doesn't know the full story. I don't think Maisie has told anyone exactly what happened with Nacho. Heaven forbid, did something happen with Nacho? Did that relationship not work out? Epic spoiler alert. No, it's not a spoiler. You all saw the premonition scene at the beginning of the demo. She probably just wants to pretend everything was happy and chill for her. But still, I can't help but worry. Why would she expose herself like that in this game? I can't imagine her talking about her having had sex is exactly a fun topic for her right now. How's the chat going? Nettie is nutty. Nutty Nettie. Nutty Nettie. Poor Nettie. Oh, oops, skipped over that. Wait. Wait, Maisie, why did you ask a question that you yourself had to drink for? I thought the whole point of the game is to be the last one standing with at least one of our 5 drinks. Why would you deliberately make yourself drink one of them? Oh, that's simple. I just wanted to see everyone's reactions to that prompt. And all of your expressions were priceless, so it was worth it. What? Basically, Maisie's not playing to win. She's here for the love of the game. And to embarrass you virgins. Hey, I want to embarrass everyone here. Pff, good luck with that, babe. So that's why Maisie was so keen to play this game. That's really just like her, isn't it? It's just such devious tactics. I see. Son of a... This game isn't really a game, is it? Not to Maisie it isn't. For her it's all fun. Damn it. It's not like any of us can come back out of this now, though. She is the birthday girl, after all. So, if we're going clockwise, the person who's next is... Jayda! Me? I have no idea what to ask. That's an interesting strategy, Lavender. Who would have guessed that bitch Nacho was such a nice dude? I know, right? I know, right, Mr. Hare? I know. I have no idea what to ask. Don't think too hard about it. Just ask something fun. Or when in doubt, you can always ask something raunchy. Raunchy? I couldn't do something lewd. Come on, just say something. Anything. Beep. I feel you, Jayda. I hate being put on the spot like this. Which Maisie loves doing to people. But considering I'm sitting next to Jayda, that means I'm next. I better think of what to do on my turn now while I have the time. Never have I ever put food waste in my recycling bin? You can practically hear the question land on the floor with a splat. Is it even humanly possible to think of a less exciting prompt for this game? Did I do something wrong? No, I shouldn't have expected anything more than that from you. No one's gonna bother drinking to that, right? Yep, I'm happy to keep moving. Oh, did I miss the point of the game? Maybe a little bit. Oh, poor Jayda. You're up, City. A poor first showing for poor Jayda. Quick drink break while I let you all catch up. She tried. You know. It's her first turn. Maybe she'll do better on the next round. We'll see. You're up, City. Oh. You know what that means. You guys are about to be up. I gulp. After Jada's question fell flat on its face, I'm feeling the pressure. Give us your hottest prompt. Here goes nothing, I guess. The game isn't humiliating just because you have to answer embarrassing questions, but also because the questions and prompts you come up with will be judged too. I have to think carefully. What prompt should I use? So, we've got 4 options here. There's actually a couple more that are locked, because half of these options are decided by your choices and experiences in the game so far. So, yeah, these aren't all of them, but these are the ones that were, well, they suited this playthrough, as well as they don't have gigantic spoilers. There was one I trimmed because it was too gigantic a spoiler for an event earlier in the game. That is after the demo but before this, you know, I didn't want to give it away, so... Anyways, so, what would you guys like? Would you just like to say, never have I ever shoplifted? Never have I ever used a fake ID? Never have I ever written fan fiction? Never have I ever won an award? So... there's many factors to think about. Do you want someone to take a drink with one of these? Or do you want to find out, hey, maybe someone has someone shoplifted. Maybe you just want to find that out. Or, you know, maybe you want to avoid asking about awards. Or maybe you want to avoid asking about fake IDs because, you know, Maisie probably has used a fake ID and you don't want to make the birthday girl drink. Or maybe you want her to, I don't know. Choices. Okay, we've got numbers. Fanfiction. Whoa, fanfiction. That's not the one I expected. Interesting. Okay. Okay, the metagaming is here. I'm gonna... Everyone's voted once so far. No double votes. Ooh, 4's catching up. We've got a not fair few, but a decent amount of viewers. So I might give it... Let's go 30 more seconds for votes to come in, just to give people a chance. It's looking like it's between 3 and 4 though. The next vote to come in, I think, will decide it. Oh no, we can't have a draw, guys. We need a 9th vote. We gotta find a 9th vote. We gotta call up, you know, Arizona or whatever and find votes. Sorry. Political jokes. It was the state elections down where I live. Ooh, I don't know, guys. This is tough. A lot of this game's, like, polls in general always get draws. That is a weird curse LoveSick Darlings seems to have. 13 people here. Next new vote calls it. If you're the silent majority, otherwise I'll just toss a coin. Next vote, 4 or 3. Someone types 4 or 3. This is it. Who hasn't typed already, of course. 3, 2, 1. I'm tossing a coin. Cool. Alright, coin toss on Google. Let's go. Heads is 3, tails is 4. This feels like the only fair way to do this. So. I said heads is 3, right? Okay, heads is 3. Let's go. The result is heads. We're doing number 3. Sorry to 4 gang. You were let down in the end. I appreciate all your votes though. Hopefully it's not this evenly split in the future. Never have I ever written fan fiction. Let's go. I sure hope this is a good idea. Never have I ever written fan fiction. Really, Sid? Who's gonna drink to that? My eyes wandered towards a certain someone. See, this is almost a little unfair to make you guys vote blindly, because this file does assume you've had a certain event take place. So it's actually a pretty targeted one. 4, who looks very embarrassed. You did this on purpose, didn't you? I laugh nervously. Honestly, I was just thinking of fun prompts and maybe you came to mind. Ha! Wouldn't be the first time that happened, would it? I look away, avoiding eye contact. As if this wasn't embarrassing enough, I don't need your commentary, Maisie. I guess I don't have a choice. Steph takes a drink. People cheer. I think all of us are enjoying seeing the usually cool and collected Steph lose some of her composure. But we're only doing it out of love. At least I am. I think. I figure any conversation with Steph right now is good conversation. This game can hopefully help loosen her up, and maybe talking to her later will be that much easier. Even if it means slightly embarrassing her. So, what's the scoop on these fics, Steph? I should do a coin for every choice, just in case. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. Hopefully. What are they about? Are they sexy? Steph sighs. I write fics for my own entertainment. It's usually about characters and around the galaxy doing random things together. Sometimes I do them for other series too. Depends on what I'm into recently. I post them online every now and again. I get some readers. It's no big deal. No big deal, she says. I saw that some of her fics online get tens of thousands of views. I had no idea you wrote fics, Steph. That's so cool. Why didn't you tell me? Because it's embarrassing. You have to send me all of them. I want to read all your stuff. Maybe. We'll see. I can't tell if it's a good thing or a bad thing that Jayda is so keen to check out Steph's original work. Good for Jayda because she loves bonding with people over this kind of thing, and I know she's a voracious reader of fanfics herself. But also it's probably bad for Steph to have someone as persistent as Jayda beg to see her work all the time. Hey, you didn't answer my question about how sexy they were. I get the feeling that's all Maisie's going to get out of Steph. You know, sometimes they say silence. Silence says 1,000 words sometimes. That's all I'm gonna say, real. That's my commentary. I mean, I had my suspicions, but could Steph really be writing that kind of thing? I love reading my fair share of fics, but I can't say I've ever written one. If I see a blank page and get told to fill it with words, my brain just turns to mush. Drawing fan art is much more my speed. Does writing down sex dreams I had so I don't forget them count? I blink processing that information. I know? Why would that count? Good! That means no drink for me. I groan as Maisie laughs. She almost seems to be laughing at me more than anything. I've heard of writing down dreams so you don't forget them, but just the sex dreams? How many is Maisie having that she needs to write them down? I sigh and take a look around. No one else seems to be taking their drinks. What's a fic? Is it a drug? No, babe. It's short for fanfiction. Charlie stares at Violet like she's speaking another language. She writes her own stories about characters from other people's works. Oh, so it's like one of those fan cam things? Violet stares at Charlie, dumbfounded. Sure, babe. Like a fan cam. Whatever you say. Violet smirks to herself. I had no idea that Steph had this uber nerdy side, though. I wonder if I can track down this account of hers. Violet taps her fingers on the table, formulating some kind of plan. She really is just evil to everyone, isn't she? In any case, I guess the prompt was a bit too nerdy and specific to get many drinks out of the others. However, it was fun to put Steph on the spot like that, even though it might seem a bit mean. There are some actually important secrets that she and I share. Ones that we must keep between ourselves. So me teasing her about how she dabbles in fanfiction is, well, nothing compared to that. Hell, maybe it's even good to embarrass Steph a little. It does seem to be the point of the game. So, anyways... Well, yeah, anyways, indeed. How can you find out about Steph's fanfiction? Well, she did say it was based on Around the Galaxy. Well, I wonder what happens when you read enough Around the Galaxy and talk to Steph about it. Maybe if you read enough, she'll show you a fanfic. That's my little clue for the full game eventually, maybe. Anyways. And that's how you get this prompt to Never Have I Ever. Anyways. Wait a sec. I know someone who hasn't drank to that... Sorry, I know someone who hasn't drank to that prompt when they should. Who's she talking about? Everyone looks around at each other confused. Except Steph, who's staring right at me. Aren't you forgetting something, Sid? Jayda does definitely frequent fanfiction, don't that. Remember when we rode together at your place? Oh, you guys were at his place together? When? And why didn't I hear about it till now? More events that may happen depending on your choices with Steph, anyways. City wrote something? Wait, you two were alone together? Uh-oh, this prompt is backfiring on me now. I remember you wrote a fic with other world characters. It was really good. He did? Uh-oh, I didn't even consider how Maisie would react to that. I planned not to tell her if I'm being honest. It was kind of embarrassing. Really, and it was great too. And certainly for a first-timer. I guess that's a fair caveat. I'd probably die of embarrassment if she complimented me too much. Holy shit, City, I can't believe you didn't tell me. I guess it just didn't come up. Honestly, I forgot I wrote that fic with Steph. I should have thought about that before I gave everyone that prompt. Dang, May's got another poor soul addicted to Otherworld. Even at a new school, she's obsessed with getting everyone to watch that show. Maisie stands up and races to me. Well, what the? She begins tugging at my arm, trying to be annoying. City, you have to show me this fanfic as soon as possible. Do I? Maisie leans against me, bringing her face close to mine. I can faintly feel her chest on my arm as she leans over me. Can I please read it, City? I feel her press her weight against me as she leans in. My whole face turns red as I become aware that my arm has been sneakily sandwiched between her boobs. Classic Maisie, am I right? Is she doing this on purpose? Ugh, her skin is surprisingly soft against me. Without thinking, my eyes wandered to Steph. And I see her sitting right next to me, just staring at us. This is too much for me right now. Okay, you can read it. All good. No problem. Yep. You can get off of me now. Yay! Maisie brings arms around me, hugging me. My arm is freed from between her boobs, only for them to be pressed against me instead. There's no escaping Maisie's boobs, is there? Maisie eventually lets go of me. Maisie's only grown more powerful since leaving Broadchurch. Is there some kind of competition between Maisie and Nettie I'm not aware of? I look forward to reading it, City. Sure, right. God, I was so desperate to get her off of me that I ended up agreeing to let her read it. All according to plan for Maisie, I'm sure. That's the look of someone who knows exactly what they're doing, isn't it? Anime moment. The CG budget ran out a long time ago, my friends. Oh, Jayda's side eyes indeed. Frisbee the cat, hello, that's a new name. Hello, hello indeed. Sid is going down the rabbit hole. I know. Yeah, everyone wants the CG. F? Hello, Frisbee the cat. I hope you enjoy the stream. I'm glad you get so much mileage from the Maisie smug face I drew. Oh. Ha, I think I know who Frisbee is now. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Frisbee, who I won't name, but I know who you are because you did help edit that face for me. Yes, anyways, my brain's just short-circuiting for a second there. It was a kind of anime moment, wasn't it? But, I think I try to limit those because I think I want to save them for scenes like this because I think it says a lot about Maisie, who, clearly knows what she's doing. That's all I'm going to say about the subtext of that interaction. Anyways. Maisie finds her seat again. That wasn't what I expected when I asked... That wasn't what I was expecting to happen when I asked the group about fanfictions. I'm sorry. So, anyways, that drink? Right, that's what we're doing. I sigh, I've been caught red-handed with this whole fanfiction thing. You're totally right. I'm so dumb that I didn't realize I have to drink that prompt now too. Which means there's only one thing for it. I down one of the drinks. Oh, look. There we go. First drink down. Sid loses his life to his own hubris. Which I kind of can't blame you guys for because you didn't know he'd written a fanfiction himself. Sorry. That option was a bit of a trap. If you had, like, you know, played the scenes, you would know, or at least have the chance to remember that Sid wrote a fanfiction. But anyways, whoopsies. Who is this mysterious cat? Hold on, I just noticed, is this Oh yeah, this music. I'll pump it up for a second. I had to turn it down because my mic kind of sucks, but enjoy it for a couple of seconds. Pretty cool. It's like a upbeat party music, basically. Kind of for high energy party scenes, like this. Frisbee the mysterious cat is my friend, an artist friend. That's basically it. It's not that deep, the lore. The username is new to me, that's all. All I just noticed is, I guess we'll find out later. To just remind him doing that. Oh, there you go. Steph smiles cute. Steph is always very cute. It's true. It's true. Steph is an underrated gem. I mean, that is a very cute smile. Look at that. Anyways. Sorry. I downed one of the drinks. Everyone was right. This is delicious. It's a mysterious blend of fruity yet mature. At least, it's the most mature feeling drink I've ever had. I can tell these were made with big scoops of sugar and alcohol-free liqueur. Definitely the kind of drink Maisie would come up with. I can't believe I lost a drink due to my own prompt. It was a bit dumb. At least I did it on purpose. I groaned. My best friend, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, Sid, but the rules are the rules. She really didn't let me get away with not taking that drink. Who knew Steph could be so cutthroat in party games? But if nothing else, that is one thing I learned about her thanks to that prompt. Anyways, you're up next, Steph. I suppose I am, aren't I? Oh man, I just realized she's going to be following me after every round because of the order we're sitting in. Of course, we just had to be sitting next to each other while we all asked and answered these embarrassing questions, didn't we? No doubt this is Maisie's design, to maximize any embarrassment for me. Never have I ever been in love. My Twitter followers, who may be here or may not be here, will recognize that prompt, will recognize that line from last week. The very ominous line. Now you get to see the fallout of. How exciting. Don't mind me, drink break. Alright, let's see how we go. How do people answer this? I freeze. The whole table's gone quiet. Did she really just say that? Sorry if that's a dumb question. I just couldn't think of anything else. No way. I think it's a great question. Maisie tilts her head and looks at me. Ugh, this is a beyond awkward position to be put in. I mean, how am I meant to take a drink to that prompt when the person I like is sitting right next to me? And just to be clear, I mean romantic love, not like love between best friends and family. I noticed Steph glance at Maisie as she says that. I remember being in love. When I told him how I felt, he called me a slur and never talked to me again. The joys of growing up gay in a religious school. Cheers. Francis takes a drink. I kind of feel bad for him hearing that story. I was in love with my youth pastor back in year 7. Does that count? Nettie takes her drink before anyone can answer. I think she decided to answer her own question. Violet scoffs at the suggestion of ever having been in love. Charlie shrugs and says he isn't sure. Seems like everyone's going around taking their drinks. Grr. Someone just had to ask this type of question, didn't they? Grace takes a drink. Grace has been in love? With who? Has this got something to do with the book I saw her reading at the library? That's a little clue for the full game. Anyways, Grace slams her glass down. Whoa! Epic error there, Dimitri. Keep moving. This is what happens when I don't get to my editor, who may be watching and may be laughing, saying, "This is what happens when you don't finish things in time for me to read." Little arrows sneak in sometimes. If Steph doesn't down a drink, is Sid dead? Maybe. Maybe. Stu getting his shotgun to protect his sister's honor. She's pretty good at protecting her own honor, I think. Grace is more likely to grab a gun to protect Stu's honor, if anything. Grace slams her glass down. I'm not going to say a word about it, so don't even try to get something out of me, Maisie. Aww. The fact that Grace has to explicitly tell Maisie not to pry into her private business says a lot about their friendship. Stuart sits quietly, watching this unfold. Clearly, he's not taking a drink. But next to me, I see a tanned hand slowly reach out for one of her drinks. And Jayda nervously downs her drink. Ooh! A couple of the others join Maisie in oohing as Jayda turns bright red. Are you still in love? Or is this someone you used to be in love with? Oh, come on, spill, it's part of the game. I guess it's current? Still happening? In progress? Another round of oohs ring out around the table. Who's the lucky boy? Or girl? Or non-binary human? But you know who. Maisie purses her lips and smiles innocently. Really? Are they maybe sitting at this table? Do I have to answer? Poor Jayda being put on the spot. Yeah, I know. She's hard to read, that Jayda, isn't she? Yes, I'm the birthday girl, so... Of course you don't, Jayda. The question just for fun. I'm not trying to out anyone here. Whew. Thanks, Steffi. I felt like I was about to get KO'd and about to reappear at the beginning of the dungeon. You're welcome? Honestly, it's my fault for not considering how sensitive the question would be for you. Jayda laughs nervously, doing the anime thing where characters scratch the back of their heads as they laugh. Only Jayda would actually do something like that in real life. Wait, does this mean Steph also knows who Jayda supposedly likes? Damn, girls really know everything about each other. Why was Jayda so nervous to answer Maisie anyway? Is the person she's in love with really sitting at the table right now? That doesn't sound likely. I know, right, Sid? Impossible. That's weird. You know, if you count the people at the table, who's Jayda in love with? You know, like, makes no sense. Jayda system fail. Steph with the save. Yeah, I know. Steph is I'm gonna say genuinely the kindest soul. Like, despite how distant she can be, you know, she pulls through. Bro. Standard oblivious protagonist. I like to think Sid isn't standard in the typical way. I think he's a bit more oblivious in a real way. I think, at least. Oh well, maybe that's a bit conceited to say about my own character, but I don't know. I think Sid isn't unaware because, you know, it's the anime cliche. It's perhaps because he has his focus somewhere else that he's just genuinely not aware. That's what I think at least. Wow, Sid is dumb. No, even Sid wouldn't think that. Yeah, he has his blinders on. I think that's a good way of putting it. He's seeing Stepho vision in his life, and that's why Jayda, or perhaps even anyone else, don't really register in that way for him. Silly Sid. If only he knew of the girl begging for his attention right here. Anyways, well, as someone has had her heart broken several times, crying in front of all of you at least once about them, I suppose I have to take a drink. Oh yeah, no one from our school can forget the great scandal of Maisie and Freya. She and Susie stirred up a fair bit of drama over Foster Hills too. We'll never forget the roller coaster that was the great affair with Burrito. It's an interesting little name for a certain nacho friend of ours. I wonder why they're calling him Burrito now. Anyways, that's a clue for the future. Anyways, thank you all for the recap on all of my failed loves. Of all my failed loves. Maisie chugs her drink. I never knew what she was like around Freya, and I only knew Susie for a short while when I met Maisie, but was Maisie really in love with Minacho? What about you, City? Huh? I couldn't help but notice they haven't taken your drink yet. But you having never been in love? Something about that sounds wrong. I gulp. I feel everyone's eyes on me. So, have you really never been in love? What should I do? Have I ever really been in love? Or rather, am I currently in love with someone? I see Steph in my peripheral vision, but I'm too nervous to look at her right now. I know that it's against the spirit of the game, but I could always lie if I don't want to give my true feelings away. There's no way Maisie could prove for sure that I'm lying, even if she knows that I like Steph. What should I do? Ooh, decision time. Lying and never have I ever. What a scandalous turn. We'll make any confession to Steph interesting since she's aware. It's true. But then again, if it's your first time, it's kind of hard to tell. Wrong food? That might have been a late one. Indeed. So, we have many things to consider. In this file, Sid has spent a lot of time with Steph. This is a reminder in case people weren't here for the recap at the start. But this file has a bunch of presets enabled. He's spent a lot of time with Steph. Gone through some pretty intense events with her recently. Grown pretty close with her as well. And then, Maisie is a decent amount of time with Maisie as a friend, but not much time with Jayda. And so, if he drinks, it's because he is in love, or if he doesn't drink, it's because he's not in love and possibly lying about it. Ooh, this is another pretty even split. It's a perfect split. Again, guys, we can't keep doing even splits. 1, to drink and say I am in love. 2, to say I am not in love. Okay, wait. Uh-oh, looks like we've got it. We've got a tiebreaker. No, we don't. I can't count. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yep, we've got a tiebreaker. There we go. It is decided. Looks like we're going to drink. Let's go. Drinking time. Thank you for the votes. I take the drink in my hands. I notice Maisie's eyes light up. I can't lie, especially while she's sitting next to me. After everything we've been through, and how she somehow gives me intense anxiety and focused determination to me in equal amounts, and not to mention how long I've been pining for her, how can that be called anything but love? Ah, isn't that sweet? Little teenager thinks he knows what love is. I pick up the glass and down the drink. I'm not being too demeaning to Sid when I say that. I mean in the sense that, I mean it in the full respect of, if it feels real to him, then that's all that really matters. You know? And it feels real to him. Darn tootin'. And yep, the second glass is just as good as the first. Maisie certainly knows her drinks, even if they're not alcoholic. Woo! Go Sid! Huh. Even you, Sid. I feel my face turn red as I put the empty glass down. The way a simple act of taking a drink becomes a guilty admission in this game is terrifying. No wonder Maisie likes this game. I knew you had it in you to tell the truth. That's my way, the game's way of saying Maisie approves of that action. If you didn't take the drink, I think she would have been upset with you. So there you go. You guys made Maisie happy. It's always a good thing. Even if the flip side is Jayda maybe being a little less happy to hear that you're in love, because she knows who Sid's crushing on. But can't make everyone happy, right? I awkwardly look away, feeling my face turn red. I guess she knows more than anyone how serious my crush on Steph is. Any chance you want to tell us who this love of yours is? Nope, never. Not in 100 million billion trillion years. That's a lot of zeros. Oh, you're no fun. But I guess if Jayda got let off the hook, I can't push you too far either. My heart is racing a million miles a minute. Who knew a drinking game would be so nerve-wracking? Really? You're not gonna drink? Ooh, that's a glitch. Why are we getting this dialogue now? Oh, whoopsies. Ignore that glitch. 1 second while I fix that. Why is that going to that option now? Don't mind me. Going in the back end of the video game. Ooh, it crashed. Shit. We'll come back with the... We interrupt this message to... This is what happens with an unstable build. Sometimes I try to fix something in the back end, real quick live on stream, and it crashes. Oh boy. Okay. Oh boy. That's fine. We'll just get up to where I should be. Okay. I fixed it. We're relaunching shortly. I am so sorry. This is what happens. I thought I tested quite thoroughly, but clearly it was not thoroughly enough. Clearly not. Clearly not, Dimitri. It's fine. We're relaunching. We're getting there. Let's see how the chat's going while that fixes itself. Sorry, guys.
LoveSick Darlings.
Oh, you can hear that probably. Is it showing up on the stream yet? Nope. Come on. Thank God for autosave, am I right? Just catching up now. Looks like we're there. Let's skip forward just a little bit. There we go, that's a lot of zeros. There we go. Thankfully Maisie turns to Steph. There we go. Don't mind that. Alright, let's catch up with the chat while I fix that. Well, yes, I do know I'm running very late. You were just in here for the thing to crash. It's an undocumented testing feature. Zolf, you get it, as my fellow RenPy developer slash proofreader. Now you can see all my spelling mistakes live, and the music's way too loud. Why did it go back to default? Back down we go. I'm a really professional Twitch streamer, guys. Can't you tell? Anyways, I want to see the reaction of Sid says he isn't in love, but this is good too. Oh, look at the arrows. There's agreements there, but hey, it is what it is. Got to see both outcomes at least. There you go. Better here than in the full release. Yeah, well, that's the idea. This is an unstable build, so, you know. Sid planned this, so he wouldn't have to answer. That sneaky Sid, the tie's power. Oh my god. When will we get him saying the title card? Yeah, true. Yeah, I didn't. Sorry about the music. Does have America? Yes, it does reset volume. It happens. Yeah. At least it's been doing that on me. So yeah, it was doing that to me just now, as you all had to listen. But anyways, you want me saying the title card? I'll give it to you right now. Okay, let me just get the cadence of, like, you know, one of the actors and actresses who do it. LoveSick Darlings. LoveSick Darlings. LoveSick Darlings. Full Metal Alchemist. Sorry, okay. Back to the regularly scheduled program. Alright. Are we back in business? It looks like everything's good, so no more distractions from me. Okay. Cool. Let's go. I'm glad you enjoyed that very stupid distraction. Oh! Who just did a thing? Oh, thank you, Lost Raider. You get to see my Fire Emblem animation that I set as the sound. We need that as an Easter egg with like a 1% chance. Could also sign up for the DBZ style next time on LoveSick Darlings. That's how I'll end the stream. That's a good suggestion. How was I not following? Ugh, I know, right? Ugh. You're missing out on all my, you know, every 6 or so months I do a random ass stream like this. Can't miss those. So anyways, back to Never Have I Ever. We haven't even finished a full round of it yet. Let's go. Not that there's too many rounds, let's not say too much now, but anyway. Thankfully, Maisie turns to look at Steph. So, since you asked the prompt and didn't take a drink, does that mean you've never been in love, Steph? Maisie, once again, makes direct eye contact with me as she says that. She's enjoying this way too much. No way, I think we're all way too young to know the first thing about real love. There's a painfully awkward silence as everyone who took drinks looks away awkwardly. Grace just instant transmission. There's meant to be an animation there, but that's fine. I'm but one man. I make many mistakes. I'm sorry. There's an awkward silence as everyone who took a drink looks away awkwardly. Sorry, that totally came out wrong. I didn't mean to invalidate how any of you feel. I just spoke without thinking. Casually laughing it off. It sounds silly, but it does hurt just a little bit. Whatever. Even if I feel differently, I still think your answer's interesting, Steph. Wouldn't you agree, City? Me? Steph gently turns out to look at me, raising an eyebrow. Why are you putting me on the spot like this, Maisie? What should I say? It was an interesting answer, or it was not an interesting answer? Big hey versus yo energy with this question, right? This isn't a very important one, so, you know, I'll just take votes very quickly for that. 1 or 2. Oh, Absol! Hello, Absol. Hello. You've just missed a bunch of glitches. I just noticed how small Grace is next to Jayda. She is. Canonically, she's even shorter, but both Jayda looks like a giant and Grace looks like a midget if I do their canon sizes next to each other. Jada's, like, meant to be easily the tallest, followed by... No, sorry, Stu is the tallest, followed by Jayda, followed by Sid and Steph, kind of the same height in the middle, and then Maisie, and then Grace. Grace is the baby. She's the small baby. Actually, Nacho's the tallest. Nacho's a tall motherfucker. He's a tall motherfucker. But who gives a fuck about Nacho? Ugh. Anyways. 1, 1, 2. Oh, hi, Absol indeed. She's putting him on the spot because she likes seeing him squirm. Yeah, yes. Yeah. You know better than anyone, Zolf. You know how true that is. And, we all, and some of us, may even know her ulterior motives for doing that, too. Our favorite manly man, exactly. It looks like, 1 is the winner, so we're going 1. Oh no, 2 is equal. No, 2 is the winner. What am I saying? I can't count. It was not an interesting answer. It, wasn't interesting? Okay. I hate this. Maisie giggles to herself as she watches this slow motion car crash of a conversation. What was I meant to say? Francis interrupts Maisie's laughter and asks her about something. Some of you have come in late. I guess I need to reintroduce the side characters who are like Maisie's friends. So, Maisie has two friends from her old religious school that she used to go to before she came to Foster Hills High at the same time as Sid. A gay guy called Francis and a girl called Nettie. Francis is like an over-the-top theater kid who's like as much of a party animal as Maisie is. And then Nettie is a girl who will flirt with anything with a pulse, loves getting, and is even more of a party animal than Maisie. They're both very chaotic. They're just little side characters that are introduced in this final event for fun. And then there's Violet, some of you may know her from the alphas and betas, but she's an optional side character you can talk to every now and again, who's basically just kind of a nasty popular girl at school. That's basically the gist of her character. And her boyfriend, Charlie, who's like a nice but dumb guy. Anyways, that's a very quick recap. Hopefully that makes any amount of sense as you see these characters interact now. None of them have sprites, because I have no money, and also their roles are actually pretty small. They're not important. Francis interrupts Maisie's laughter and asks her about something. So you made Maisie happy, therefore you said the right thing. More of a party animal? Yes, more. She is a lot. Zolf is Barrett backing. Hopefully he got that explanation that I just gave. I don't want to explain it again. We'll keep moving. I don't hear it, as I'm busy zoning out and wishing a hole would open up on the ground beneath me and swallow me. First it was the stuff she said in the pool in front of Steph, and now this. Is she trying extra hard to embarrass me tonight? She would know full well that I'm trying to ask Steph out before the end of the night. This is the last thing I need right now. I sigh. My eyes wander towards Steph, sitting right next to me. And my tension begins to ease. It's weird how sometimes seeing Steph makes me more tense than anything. But then sometimes, like right now, seeing her helps calm my nerves. And I need all of the nerves intact if I really want to ask her out later. I guess that discussion earlier means that Steph's never been in love, huh? I recall what she said the other day about that ancient Greek philosopher's theory on love. How we all have an other half we're destined to seek and all that. And how she didn't believe it at all. I guess that's consistent with her never being in love. As she just said. But that's okay. All I hope is that she's interested in going to formal with me. I don't need her to be in love with me. Violet is up next. Never have I ever. Violet rotates a glass on her hand, the ice clinking around. Had to be the understudy for my ex in a play. Ooh, double tonight in one of the sentence. I know, I tried to glaze over that. Your eyes, you've got hawk eyes, Ben, my friend. I tried to skip over that. I've acknowledged so many errors, I have to stop acknowledging them. It takes time. So, Violet with a loaded question against Maisie. Some of you may remember a certain detail about Maisie's fate as an understudy. Oh, fuck you. Maisie laughs as she chugs her drink. You seriously just targeted me on my birthday? Consider it a special treat just for you, birthday girl. Ice cold. She really is an evil person, isn't she? Is she talking about that girl, Susie or whatever her name was? Or did you lose your role to a different ex? Nope. It's just good old Suze. Understudying for her role has been a huge pain in the ass. Thanks to a certain someone, I feel really prepared for musical now, despite the shitty situation. I can't help but blush as she looks at me. All I need now is for her to get sick on opening night. Then I can swoop in and save the show. It's every understudy's dream. True. I think my current understudy would kill me if he had the chance. Well, I won't lie. I have considered sneaking laxatives or something into her drink on opening day to make sure she's sick. That sounds extremely illegal. Anyways, that's the latest on me and Suze. Let's move on already. I'd really rather not talk about any of my exes anymore tonight. That's more than fair enough. How's the chat going? Low blow vibe. Low blow indeed. I know. I feel like kids grow up in bad households like Steph tend to be cynical with relationships. You might be onto something, Pilot. Or Lavender. Lavender's more distinctive than Pilot. Yes. Yes. You, it certainly suits her upbringing, I think. It's alright, just making sure you correct it. Oh, yeah, no, it's, many things have been noted tonight for me, but that's all I'll say. Anyways, next up is Charlie, who asks a very confusing question about never doing a cool but specific skateboard trick. None of us understand the prompt. We can't tell if we should all drink or all not drink. Violet starts bickering with him as he sincerely tries to explain himself. It's hard to keep track of. Psst. Huh? I turn my head towards Jayda. Sadie! Ah! I nearly fall backwards into Steph beside me. Jayda's leaning over from her seat towards me, cupping her mouth like a kid does when they want to tell someone a secret. I need your help. I blink for a second before whispering back. Sure. What can I do? Yay! City side quest initiated. Basically, I'm totally stuck. Jackpot, says Lavender. Oh yeah, you're talking about the previous day. I thought you were just talking about, you just saw Jayda and were like, yeah, jackpot, Jayda's here. You know, valid. That's a vibe. I get that. So what does Jayda want from Sid? Let's find out. Side quest indeed. Basically, I'm totally stuck. I look Jayda up and down. She seems to be sitting comfortably in her plastic garden seat. You seem fine to me. No, I'm not stuck in a stepsister in the washing machine kind of way. What? Nothing. Ignore that. I'm stuck in the game. I have no idea what to do. Oh. That makes a lot more sense. I'm not going to comment on how proud I am of that line. I really shouldn't be. It's so stupid to laugh at my own jokes. You saw how hard my last question flopped. I don't want that happening again. True, that was difficult to watch. There's no doubt she felt that more than anyone. But I can't think of anything, and it'll be my turn again before long. Bro. Time to leave the party. Jayda watches more once it noted. Oh my. I like all of your reactions. They're all good. I want everyone, when they read that line, to be like, what? Wait, did she just say that? Yes. The cute anime girl just said that. Deal with it. That's the... Yeah, that should be the subtitle of Lovesick Darlings. The anime girl just said that. Deal with it. Because I like to think there's a couple of lines like that I throw into the game. Anyways, I can't think of anything, and it'll be my turn again before long. And the only thing worse than a bad prompt is not having one at all. I don't know about that. Please, Obi Sid Kenobi, you're my only hope. I hesitate for a moment, but I give in with a sigh. How can I say no to someone who makes such silly references? Alright, I can try. Yay! Thank you, City. That said, I've been struggling to come up with my own prompts, so I may not be much help. That's okay. I don't want you to do all the work. I'll come up with a prompt myself. I just need you to help me get the ball rolling. Alright, what did you have in mind for me to do? Hopefully this isn't too broad, but what kind of prompt do you think I should give everyone? Something funny, serious, or gross? So you want me to narrow down your prompt to a theme? A key word would be perfect. I can handle the rest from there. Alright, I'll do my best. I believe in you, City. Well, it's up to you guys now. Audience time. What kind of prompt should Jayda come up with? Something funny or something sexy? Up to you guys now. Jayda definitely reminds me of Kayde from Grandpa, both cute and dirty-minded. Kayde is the piano girl from 3, right? From V3? Kayde. That's the piano girl from 3. Ooh. I give you all a pretty interesting choice. You know, it's hard to resist the urge to click any option with the word sexy in it, right? I mean, like, if I saw that in a game, I'd be like, oh, damn, I know what sexy even means. But, you know, we could also be saving Jayda from embarrassment, because you do have a point, Nook. Like, what's Jayda gonna say for the sexy prompt? Like, can Maisie come up with a sexy prompt? That's not hard to imagine. Her first question in this game is an indicator. Alright, I'm gonna give it a couple more seconds, but looks like 2 has got it. Gonna give it a couple more seconds while I get a drink. We're just losing points with Jayda. You haven't bled too much yet. There's much worse ways you can bleed points. You want to protect her innocence. That's an important thing to do, you know. There's not much innocence in this game. It's true. How much innocence is there to protect after she makes the washing machine step-sibling joke? But anyway. It's just for the party experience. Exactly. Link will also be going for full Jayda, so it's a good sign to see this. It's a rare thing in this game. There you go, there you go. Alright, 2 is the winner, it looks like. Let's get rolling. I'm very curious. This is going to be interesting. Okay, so, something sexy. You should try and do a sexy prompt. Sexy? Me? I couldn't do anything sexy. No, you don't need to do anything sexy. Just come up with a sexy prompt to put people on the spot. I mean, this is Never Have I Ever. The game calls for lewd and provocative questions. You may as well lean into it. I think the others would like that kind of prompt too. You'll probably get one of their oohs for it too. I guess Maisie did urge me to say something lewd earlier. I say you should follow her advice. But me? Come up with a sexy prompt? And then actually say it too? That's gonna be a challenge. You can do it, Jayda. Believe in the power of sexy. Okay, I'll try. I hope I didn't just send Jayda on an express trip to humiliation. I mean, if there was a time and place for sexy Never Have I Ever prompts, it would be at Maisie's birthday party. Alright, thank you, Sid. I'll do my best with that prompt. Anyways, I'll stop bothering you now. You're not? And just like that, she settles back into her seat. I guess I'll see where that comes to that suggestion I gave her. I return my attention to the main conversation. Charlie and Violet are still arguing in circles. I think back to watching Maisie and Nacho argue that one time at the exhibition. Are all couples doomed to bicker and annoy each other like this? Alright, can it with the domestic dispute, guys. Violet narrows her eyes at Maisie. Charlie slumps. No one drinks to that confusing prompt. We'll just keep going. Better luck next time, Charles. Moving on to the next part of the circle. It's now the twins' turns for Never Have I Ever. Come on, Stu, you can do it. Alright, I've thought long and hard about this, and I think this is a great prompt. Hit us with it. Never have I ever watched pornography. Isn't it a perfect prompt? It's outrageous, it's blunt, it's lewd. What more could you want, right? It's quiet for a moment as everyone avoids eye contact. Right? Then, all at once, everyone grabs their drinks and downs them. It's awkward, but hey, at least the drink is good. Is it really just me who hasn't watched it before? Poor Stu, he is finding out he is the one innocent soul. Is she gonna come up with something both weeb and lewd? Maybe. Stu, my man. The real question. Stu, did he just... Stu's skull emoji, that's a good reaction. Is it really just me who hasn't watched it before? Yeah, I think so, unfortunately, Stu. Shit. Maybe he really is too innocent for me. Poor innocent Stu. He clearly hasn't realized we aren't all pure souls like he is. Because everyone's watched porn. I know I have, and it's no surprise that someone like Maisie has. But, well, it is interesting to see that Maisie has also taken a drink to that prompt. Sorry, that Steph has also taken a drink to that prompt. I mean, it shouldn't be surprising. I know everyone watches porn. But knowing Steph does, I don't know. It's somehow exciting to know that for a fact now. I mean, I kind of can't help but wonder about what kind of stuff she's been watching. Wait, I snapped to my senses. Now's not the time to think about that. Indeed. Dang, here I thought I had a good question. It's not that it wasn't good, it's more that everyone's answers to that question were obvious. That's why it was a dud. Ouch. Maisie telling it how it is. Alright, I'll do better next time for you guys. Fuck yeah. Yeah, you got this, Stewie. Francis really can't control himself, can he? For those who, in case it wasn't clear yet, Francis is down bad for Stu, and that's been really fun to write. But still, it is weirdly adorable how hard Stu is trying for this silly little party game. I guess this really is his first party he's been to. Of course he's gonna try his best. But damn, a Maisie party being your first party... Oh, that's an awkward sentence. A Maisie party being your first really must be like being thrown in the deep end of your first swimming lesson. Anyways, Grace is up now. How's the chat guy? Oops. Ooh, you're back. There you go. Stu is too good for this world. Is that a voice O when the wrong word said? Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Maybe something like she stumbled onto one by accident. Surprise porn is traumatizing. Not bad on a tactical level though. Gets everyone else to drink. It's true. Tactically it works well. Well, 19 out of 10. 19 out of 10 is good too. Relate to Francis. Yeah, Francis' favorite holiday song is All I Want for Christmas is Stew. That's gonna be my Christmas present this year. The first official render of Francis, and it's just gonna be him in like that, in a sexy Christmas loungewear, trying to seduce Stu with that song. You know, that's what it's all about. Alright, let's keep rolling. It's a... yeah, I think that's a euphemism, but yeah, I think he does want that. Good, can't wait, okay. Shit, did I just make a promise I can't keep? I guess that wouldn't be the first time. Let's keep going. Anyways, Grace is up now. Oh boy, what's she gonna say? Never have I ever peed in the shower. Like some kind of animal. Grace's impartiality shines again. Ooh, you didn't mean to teleport there, but anyway. Question, is it have I ever peed in the shower, or do I regularly pee in the shower? Because that decides whether I take a drink or not. Let's say regularly. Otherwise that means I have to take a drink. Seriously, didn't you just call people who pee in the shower animals? I had to try it once to know I hated it. Were you calling me out with this prompt, Grace? Stu takes his drink. Whatever happened to sibling solidarity? Grace is too kind. Anyways, what happened to sibling solidarity? Sibling solidarity flew out the window when I found out you were pissing in our home shared shower. I've been using mother and father's ensuite shower for years because of you. Well, it is nice having a shower all to myself. It's not something you're meant to be proud of. It's like he marked his the territory like a dog. That's one way to put it. Anyways, I only pee in the shower when I'm hungover, which isn't regularly, like Grace said, so no drink for me. That's debatable. Everyone else, fess up. I know there are definitely more shower peers among you. Francis and Nettie both take drinks. Of course I pee in the shower. Who doesn't? Violet recoils in disgust. Of course I don't. What kind of person does that regularly? As she talks, Charlie unsurprisingly takes a drink. What about you, City? Are you marking your territory like Stu? No, not at all. Why would I pee in the shower? It's not like the toilet's far away. This is one of the questions that Sid has his own answer for. He seems like the sort of character who would refuse to do that, so I didn't give the player the choice in that one. It only takes a minute to go over and do what you gotta do. I'm with City on this one. I don't get why anyone would do that unless it's some kind of emergency. I knew you'd agree, Jayda. You're sane, like me. Hey, I'm the one who agreed with you first. Steph downs one of her drinks. Wait, even Steph? Seriously, Steph, you're one of them? Yeah, exactly. That's what Sid was thinking about Maisie's claim of only when she's hungover. The great peeing in the shower debate, it really is. We're splitting the cast here. This is where, these are the hills they're ready to die on. He is too pure for this world. 50-50 on that one. Save water with it, it's that simple. Sane like me is of course questionable. Yeah, Grace has her own version of sanity. I'm sorry to say that I am one of them. I always assumed everyone pees when they shower. I didn't even consider the possibility that I was abnormal for doing it. It's so normal to me that I don't even think about it. It's just what happens when I shower in the morning. I had no idea there was such a divide between people who do and don't. This is not the kind of exciting secret I was hoping to find out about Steph when Maisie said we'd be playing this game. But here we are, I guess. Personally, I don't see the problem with it. Personally, I do. I don't want to stand somewhere that you pissed on. It's a shower, not a urinal. I don't just pee wildly, thank you. I aim carefully at the drain and... Ew, gross, stop. I don't want to hear about you aiming at anything anywhere. You asked the question, I'm just answering. It's nice to see that even eccentrics like Grace and Stu still act like normal bickering siblings sometimes. So that's pretty reasonable. Yeah, it's not just the sort of thing you think to discuss with others. Whatever you do, you'd assume others do the same. TMI, Stu. I love Stu. Can Steph even aim though? These are the big questions that LoveSick Darlings needs to answer. I'm hoping this is the content you asked for. You're finding out how the characters all pee now in the shower. This is very important. Alright, let's keep going. How do we get here? That's what I'm asking myself. Because Grace has a bone to pick with her brother, that's why, and she needed to embarrass him. And she thought, this is what... It's not going to come up in dialogue because, like, it can't naturally. But this is Grace's thinking that's in my mind. She's thinking everyone would agree with her that Stu is being disgusting, and she's quickly finding out that more than half the room actually also pees in the shower. And that, like, she thought Stu was the crazy one, and she could, like, maybe get him to stop if she embarrassed him, but it's backfiring on her right now. Imagine being able to aim. Couldn't be me. It does come in handy. It's pretty sweet. Like you said, you can just aim at the drain and go to town. Jesus Christ, Charlie, freezing. They're not wrong, aiming does have its perks. But then again, it can be a double-edged sword. One wrong movement or incorrect judgment can lead to all kinds of... Why am I thinking this hard about peeing? I mean, it's not like it's impossible for us to aim if you just... Steph catches herself and covers her mouth. Everyone's eyes are on Steph. What was she gonna say? Oh yeah? What was that, Steph? We could aim if we just what? Mind you, I think I know what you're gonna say, but I'd love to hear you say it out loud right now. No comment, I took my drink and I confessed to peeing in the shower, and so my duty is done. Maisie cackles as Steph shrinks in her chair. It's rare to see Steph so embarrassed like this. Maybe this game will actually help us both loosen up. Who knows, it could even help me ask her out later. Grace and Stu continue bickering about the hygiene of peeing in a shower for a moment. Who knew this game was the perfect place to air out your sibling grievances and pet peeves? These are the answers we did not want in depth. Yeah. This is killing me, it's great. Embarrassed Steph is too adorable for this world. It's true, she is too adorable for this world. Oh god, I don't even want to imagine how embarrassing it would be to play this game with Hana. Especially in a group with someone like Maisie. And Steph sitting right next to me. I think I'd die. I feel a new level of sympathy for both Grace and Stu, always stuck doing these things with a sibling. Eventually, we move on to both Francis and Nettie's turns. They both ask provocative questions. They get lots of cheers and remarks from others, but no drinks out of me, or many drinks from the usual friend group. Maisie and Grace both take a drink from their Excuse me, got a hiccup there. Excuse me. Sorry if that was gross. Maisie and Grace both take a drink from their prompts, though. I guess those two have always been the most experienced people in our group of nerds. As they all chat with each other, quizzing each other, and telling embarrassing stories, I finally have some time to gather myself again. I zone out for a moment as everyone chats. The afternoon is already nearly over. The sun is going to start to set soon. And not long after that, we'll have to end this party. Maisie's parents are pretty strict about curfews. That's why she started the party so early in the day. After this game is over, I'll need to find my opportunity to talk to Steph one-on-one. I take a deep breath, preemptively calming my heart before it beats too fast. My eyes instinctively turn to Steph sitting next to me. Huh, she's still blushing. I don't think I can recall how many times she's blushed quite like this. The time we talked about fanfiction at my house comes to mind. Hell, I know I've seen many more sides to her, especially recently. Seeing her get flustered is still new to me. And from such an innocuous prompt like Grace's about peeing in the shower of all things. Makes me feel a little stupid for worrying so much about asking her out. Shit. I quickly look away from Steph and back to the center of the table. I guess my stupid habit of staring at stuff still hasn't stopped, huh? Well, that habit ends tonight. One way or another. How's the chat going? Sometimes I just start reading, I haven't checked. Steph, my sister in Christ. Just a reminder, it's still watershed hours in Europe. Watershed hours? I don't know what a watershed hour is. Is that an expression? I'm just surprised Steph can aim. Yeah, I'm not going to comment on that. Oh wait, I thought that was going somewhere else. Before Sid reenacts Katawa Shoujo. What part? The heart attack? Like the heart condition? Where is Jayda's question though? It's a nice reminder that Steph is human, isn't it? Exactly, that's the whole point of that little sequence. Usually means like often when we TV Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. Sid has to calm himself quite a lot in this game. It's almost like he has a disorder with anxiety or something. Anyways, returning back to here. And that's why I'm banned from the National Aquarium. And all of their affiliated organizations and parks. It seems like I missed out on an interesting story while I was zoning out. Anyways, it's finally my turn again. How are everyone's drinks going? Down to just 2 now. You can actually reach this point with 4 drinks if you play your cards right. That means you can last longer and ask more questions. That's all I'm gonna say to that. Or maybe you want to get eliminated early so you can avoid asking and answering questions. Or maybe you want to... The tactics of this game, of this little mini game I've created. So hopefully it's evident why it took so long, is all I'm going to say. I suppose I should start getting worried. I've still got 4. Wait, didn't an anime once say 4 was an unlucky number? Just 2, starting to feel the pressure. 3, not going too bad. 2, does that mean I'm winning or losing? I have 4 drinks. I've still got 3 drinks somehow. Well, you can call me Meridian Dan because I've got 1, 2 drinks. Oh man, I'm already down to 1 drink. City, you wouldn't mind lending me one of yours, would you? She winks and giggles at me. No thanks. I mean, I'd like to keep my drinks. Fine, keep playing hard to get, City. I'm patient. Maisie and a few others laugh. I feel like sinking into my seat. It's disturbing every time she calls me City like that. But I guess those are the standings, huh? Maisie is the best. Yes, Maisie. Yes, it is. Is that a JoJo reference? Maybe. Maybe she knows Mister. Jayda's eyes there. Oh. Indeed. I like sneaking in the expression changes of that dialogue sometimes. Frankly, I'm surprised that Maisie hasn't been eliminated yet. Some very interesting numbers around the table. And even more interesting secrets and stories being revealed. Didn't I tell you all that this would be fun? I don't know if discussing virginity, watching porn and peeing is exactly fun in the traditional sense, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't having a good time. This game is great. Playing feels like a powerful bonding experience. And I feel like I know all of you so much better now. Aw, Stu. He really is a sweet, innocent soul. What's that guy's name again? Stewie, we can keep getting to know each other later if you like. Keep it in your pants, Francis. Says you. You've been trying to make out with any guy as a pulse all night. Hey, that's not... Well, maybe it's a little true. These two really are a lot. I can definitely see why Maisie and them were friends back at her religious school. Nothing creates lasting friendships quite like learning each other's deepest, darkest secrets. Speaking of which, it's finally my turn again. What's Maisie gonna do this time after that first question? Ugh, the suspense as I take another drink because narration, as I already said, is thirsty work. It's pretty hard to top the last question, so maybe she'll have a different twist on it this time. Oh boy, what's she got in store for us this round? Surely it can't be worse than exposing everyone's virginity. Never have I ever snuck into someone's backyard that's another error. To take back a runaway dog. I sink in my seat. Really, Maisie? What? That's something lots of people do, right? It is? I've never done that before. Am I missing out? This is why cats are superior. They don't run off and get into trouble like dogs do. I'm going to ignore Steph's dog slander for a moment and address Jayda's question. It's absolutely not something most people have done, Jayda. Maisie's just targeting me with this prompt. Some of you with eagle eyes in the demo may have gotten hints to this little detail about Maisie's and Sid's backstory. And I think alpha and beta players have an even better... not even better, even more of the puzzle pieces to their backstory. Well, guess what? Here comes another giant piece of it. Not the entire story, but a piece of the puzzle. What? Me? Target someone? I would never. Jayda is... Yeah, she is, isn't she? Not as thirsty as Francis. No one is. No one is. Oh, the Maisie cheer squad is here with Zolf. Can always count on you for that, my friend. Well, that is a lie right there, Steph. I speak in big trouble. Okay. I had to do that with my own dog, so I relate. See, I gotta agree. Dogs just run off sometimes, like idiots. No offense, I like dogs, but you know, sometimes they're just... Anyway, let's keep going. I roll my eyes and take my drink, Maisie smiling smugly at me. The worst part is that it's hard to properly be mad at her, knowing she made that delicious drink I'm enjoying. Naturally, I don't see anyone else drinking Maisie's extremely targeted prompt. What's this about breaking into a backyard to steal a dog? Yeah, you gotta spill the juice, City. Tell us about it. Oh boy. I remember the legend of Mr. Hogan, the master escape artist. Oh, so Mr. Hogan was an escape artist? That's news to me. Okay, I'll explain things as quickly as I can, otherwise things are going to get out of hand. The illustrious Mr. Hogan is my old dog that used to live with me, and yes, he was named after a pro wrestler. It wasn't my idea, it was my sister's. I was a baby when the family got him, so Hana was in charge of naming him. I only met your sister briefly, but it doesn't surprise me to hear that she was the one who came up with that name for him. I had no idea his name was so unusual. I just grew up calling him Mr. Hogan without thinking. That's positively adorable. No wonder Maisie likes you so much. That wasn't the point of the story. Please, someone save me from Nettie's advances I never asked for. Yeah, true. My cats have been better than my dogs, I gotta say, but anyway, that's neither here nor there, I suppose. Please, someone save me from Nettie's advances I never asked for. He didn't die, did he? No, he's alive and well, lazy and old, but perfectly fine living with my sister in Sydney. I pause. I hate dwelling on this. And it's why I didn't want to talk about it. But of course, Maisie dumped this on me by giving me that targeted prompt. I wish I was more sensitive about this stuff sometimes. But yeah, his escape attempts were a result of him not feeling at home here in Foster Hills. No matter what we did, he would always break out of the yard or the house and try to run off. It sucked. We had to send him back to live with my sister, and he immediately stopped trying to escape. For some reason, he just never felt at home here. Oh god, I'm bringing down the mood. Shit. Anyways. Well, one good thing came of those escape attempts. It led to Sid and I meeting for the first time. I chuckle. I guess that's true. Ooh, juicy. I'd love to hear more about your first meeting. It's kind of a long story. But it's super cute. I don't think I've heard the story. Tonight is the last night for me to be talking about other girls in front of Steph. I need to find a way to... I'll gladly tell you. God damn it, Maisie. Albie and my parents are off doing some church thing and I was sitting around bored at home. When I saw some guy sneaking around in my backyard looking for something. He had a short hazelnut hair, green eyes, and slightly average height. Why does she have to tell the story in the most embarrassing way? Knowing I could take him, I grabbed a cricket bat and went outside to see the mystery intruder myself. You went outside to face a potential intruder? On your own? Yeah, I mean, I can take care of myself. I'd be terrified. I'd just call police and hide until they got there. Is Francis come for Stu's house? No, you're thinking of Nettie, I think. Cats tend to get out again on their own more. Maisie generously passing Sid a shovel so he can excavate deep. Starry-eyed Jayda. Yes. Always love a starry-eyed Jayda. What does slightly average even mean? Oh yeah. Did I? Whoopsies. Did I mess that up? Well, whatever. I'm not a perfect narrator, I'm sorry. Anyways. I'd be terrified. I'd just call the police and hide till they got there. I think that's the normal thing to do. But thank God it was not your backyard I was intruding onto, Steph. Having the police called to me is the absolute last thing I need happening. Not with my conditions that were set for me. In a sense, I really was lucky that Maisie is the odd kind of human being that goes to confront potential trouble herself when given the opportunity. But when I got outside, I saw that he was wrestling with something in the corner of the garden. Maisie points to the corner of the garden with our shared neighbour beyond the pool. In fact, it was the bush right over there. By the time I got close, I saw that he was trying to pull a dog, Mr. Hogan, out of a hole he had dug. Mr. Hogan was trying to burrow under the fence to the next house. That crazy bastard. That dog was determined to escape. He probably would have run all the way to Sydney if he had the chance. You should have seen the shock in his face when I came up to him and asked what he was doing. Ugh. All the terror in his eyes when I said I'd call the police. Ugh. Even though it was a joke, of course. Fond memories. A strange girl I'd never met telling me she was going to call the police on me for rescuing my dog. Ah, come on, don't be mean. You started it. Well, whatever. It all worked out in the end. Nearly a year later and we're still besties. If that isn't friendship, then what is? Nearly a whole year? That must be a new record for you, Maisie. What's that meant to mean? Anyways, it's all boring friendship shit after that. No one wants to hear about that. You got Miss Token out of the hole and out of my yard, then we started hanging out in the holidays before the school year started. And to think, this great best friendship would begin with a runaway dog. Feels very novel somehow. Reminds me of pretty much every romantic comedy I've ever seen. That's an interesting comparison. Anyways, I don't suppose anyone else is drinking to my prompt, are they? I'd be shocked if they were. How many people have chased dogs onto other people's property? And Charlie drinks, of course. I remember during a holiday on my pop's farm, me and my brother chased a runaway sheepdog for kilometers. We ran so far we ended up on some other farmer's property too. But we caught him! Aw, that sounds like a cute little adventure. It was cute, until the other farmer pointed his loaded shotgun at us. That was less fun. Oh my god, what? He thought we were thieves stealing his crops or whatever it is farmers grow. Suppose many childish adventures often have that kind of dark element occur at some point. The wonders of rural Australia. But hey, at least you got the dog. True. The dog's well-being is the most important part of any story. We chatter on for a moment before we get ready to move on. So that's a puzzle piece of Maisie and Sid's little meeting backstory. Those who are keeping track of the story, hopefully that sheds a little extra light. It's not the full picture yet, but you're getting there. We're getting there. She is an official stranger. Enjoy the rest of the stream, guys. See you, Rimvidas. Have a good one. Thank you for joining as always. Beta for life. Hello, Keshi. Always lovely to see you. It's nice seeing my IRL acquaintances popping in and out. Hi. Just another preview stream, nothing too crazy. Anyways, I'll keep going. Of all the people I suspected I have solidarity with during Never Have I Ever, a guy like Charlie was who I least suspected. But that's the nature of this game, I suppose. You learn all kinds of surprising things about everyone. Sometimes even what you have in common with people you've never spoken to before. This really is a game about building and strengthening relationships, huh? Although I suppose the inverse is also true. You could destroy them just as easily. That's foreshadowing. It's all about the intents of your prompts at the end of the day. Your turn now, Jayda. Hopefully you have a better prompt for us this time. Well, it's up to, we just gave Jayda her prompt a couple of turns ago. We gave her a clue on what she should do for her prompt. I guess it's time to see what happens with that. IL is merging with the web, confirmed. Ah shit, here we go. Well, if it isn't the consequences of your own actions. For those who are just returning or just came in, little recap. Jayda asked for help coming up with a prompt last time. The audience voted to tell her say something sexy. So now Jayda is going to give everyone a sexy Never Have I Ever prompt. How does she interpret that? Who knows? Let's find out. Together. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not looking forward to reading this part aloud. It's a little hard, but let's find out. I voted against corruption. You can't. I'm sure some of you voted no, but it's too late. It's happening. I'll do my best. You can do it, Jayda. You have plenty of time to think of a question. You had plenty of time to think of a question. There we go. I just hope my suggestion works out alright. Never have I ever found feet attractive. Everyone stares at Jayda in disbelief. You know, how some people have a foot thing. We all know what you're talking about, don't worry. It's just a lot. Maisie bursts out laughing. Fuck yeah, now that is the kind of prompt I've been waiting for all night. Good work, Jayda. I'm keen to see who's drinking to that prompt. It's not an easy one to fess up to. God damn it, Jayda. I both regret and don't at the same time. Alright, he's drinking. Yeah. Basically, my brain thought, how would Jayda interpret that? And she's thinking, I've got to ask something that I know that is sexy, but I don't think it's sexy. So she's thinking, what is something I don't think is sexy? Well, people like feet, don't they? That's a thing on the internet. And so she just blurts it out. Do I need to reconsider my allegiances after this information? Sexy dorky, but she did. No, she absolutely did. Jayda, why? Yeah. So anyway, god damn it, Jayda. Grace downs one of her drinks. Woo, go Grace, you filthy foot fiend. I'm not a foot fiend, thank you. And let me make one thing clear. I truly think men's feet are disgusting. Big, smelly, hairy, yucky, gross. I want to throw up if I ever see one. Women's feet, on the other hand, small, delicate, smooth, much nicer, and very aesthetically pleasing. Oh yes, I'm sure you're very concerned with their aesthetics, aren't you? Shut up. I thought the whole point of this game was honesty. I didn't think I was about to get judged. I'm not judging you. I'm just having fun. But I guess I better not put my feet up on the table. Wouldn't want you getting too excited. I swear I'm gonna kill you. I don't even care if it's your birthday. Maisie just laughs as Grace stares daggers at her. I feel like I could think of 10 different parts of the body I'd rather focus on before feet, so I'm skipping this one. Charlie takes a drink, nudging Violet. She blushes a little as she sits still, staring at the ground. Huh. The prompt ended up getting a few reactions. Maybe my advice wasn't so bad. Then beside me, I noticed Steph take a drink. Wait, Steph just took a drink? Maisie's words are very careful. I'm glad Maisie's still the best. I'm totally clicking the sexy option. Nani? Nani? The great plot twist? Wait, you're into feet? I didn't mean to say that so loudly. I wouldn't say I'm a foot fiend or anything. I strongly object to that title. You should yell objection, Grace. That way, that always gets people to listen. Steph keeps going as if they didn't say anything. But I think I appreciate them as much as I would any other part of the body. Like wide shoulders, or a narrow waist, or even strong hands. That's true, there's nothing better than nice hands. Being into hands makes you a horny hand then. Sorry, I'll repeat that because that deserves better delivery. Being into hands makes you a horny hand then. Hand hound. Wow, that is hard to say. Horny hand hound. There we go. Basically, I think the world's focus on genitalia when it comes to sexual content is odd. I mean, there's so much more to the human body than the sex organs, so why not feet or anything else, right? Huh. I guess that's fair. That's a perspective I've never really considered before. And kind of surprising to hear from Steph, of all people. Especially because she did kind of admit that she was a fellow virgin last round. She can't know that much about sex. Can she? What about you, Sid? Are you a fellow foot fiend alongside Grace and the others? Objection! I object to everything about that title being given to me. Overruled. Maisie keeps teasing Grace as they bicker in the background. Aficionado. We're discovering so much about Steph. Go to Phoenix Riot it. Are we kink shaming in the chat? No kink shaming. That's a part of the rules. Yeah, she too could have read and researched lots. No, yeah, she's clueless. You gotta do it to know. We're just poking fun. It's all good. Yeah, I know. Exactly. We do know. We love it. People are obsessed with shoes nowadays, so maybe not that weird. No, people are gonna say, yeah, you know, where do you fall on this? And it's like, I snuck my answer in there, and it's Steph's. It's like, when you think about it, any part of the body can be attractive. That's where I sit, personally, at least. Like, that's why I gave Steph my enlightened centrist opinion of saying who cares. It can be or it can't be. Who cares, right? Exactly, it's not important. Now Sid's on the spot. I'm not sure what to do. I can't say I've honestly thought much about feet. Especially in that way. Should I take a drink? Normally I would give you all the answer. I don't want Sid to get eliminated though. That'll end the demo too quickly. So I am gonna say no. I'm sorry. You guys have been drinking too much, so you're getting Sid eliminated very quickly at the moment, and we can't have that happen, so I'm gonna say no. Sorry. Nah, if I took a drink now, it wouldn't really be genuine. I can't say it's really my thing, honestly. It's true. I would have heard about it by now if you did. You would not have. It's not like I tell her about that kind of thing. After a moment, everyone calms back down. That was a really effective question from Jayda, huh? Jayda cups her mouth and leans over towards me. Thanks, City. I smile. You're welcome, Jayda. You know, it was a bit awkward. A bit of a bumpy road. Wasn't fun to read that out myself personally. It's much more fun writing embarrassing dialogue and making others read it in cringe. Having to read it out myself in cringe, that's a whole other debacle. But hey, whatever. No votes. I'm sorry, I explained it. Sid gonna change his mind, then he sees Steph's favor. Yeah. Yeah, Sid's the kind of guy to... If anything to do with Steph, he's gonna suddenly, you know... Things will click on in his brain. He could see her elbow in the right lighting and be like, suddenly I like elbows, he'll say. You know, like... It's kind of... It doesn't really matter with Sid, you know? If it's got anything to do with Steph at this stage, he's into it. Steph's elbow, the most lewd body part, it's true. Anyways, so that's how it worked out with Jayda. Interesting, not interesting, who knows? Chat's getting heated over Steph's elbow. I'm not gonna... Ugh. Ankles. Ugh. Anyways. That's like full-on 1800s style. Or maybe even later. What do I know about history? Alright, City, you're up next. It's your turn again, chat. Coming up for real now. Oh, right. Shit. I was so focused on worrying about how Jayda was going, I totally forgot I'd be going next after her. I haven't decided what to say at all. Ugh. Looks like I'm just going to be making it up on the spot again. I still have a few prompts from the last round I haven't used yet. But then again, I could get more in the spirit of the game now. Maisie spent her turn embarrassing me with a targeted prompt. Should I get her back for that with one of my own now? So many possibilities. So, we've got some similar ones, but some new ones. This is new. Never have I ever organized... Why is that doing that? God damn it, Dimitri. Organized a secret operation to help a friend win something. Then from last round, never have I ever shoplifted. Never have I ever used a fake ID. Never have I ever won an award. Never have I ever enjoyed having my nipples touched. So there's a couple of new ones that some way or another, I won't say which story events get these prompts to show up. Actually, this one's pretty obvious. You help Maisie run a certain operation and... well. So, how do we feel about this, I suppose? The first one is so fucked. I'm glad you realized. Mephistia, you are in time to have a really absurd set of choices in front of you. The first one is going to be big. I love Jayda, but I'm going to sit this one out. Interesting to see where it's going to go. We need all the votes we can get, though. We've got 5 options here. We've got everything from risking friendships, lewdness, illegal activity, awards, Uh, all I'm gonna say is Maisie crossed that line long ago. Maisie crossed that line long ago. But fair enough. 1 and 3 are in charge, it looks like. 1 and 3, let's go. 1 and 3. Four. Ooh. They split interestingly here. Three. Ooh, this is pretty close. Ooh. Okay, 1 and 3 seem to be tying, guys. Okay. Looks... Okay. Lucky Absol, do you want to be our tiebreaker and choose between 1 and 3? The power is in your hands, because you're the only other voter we've got. Yeah, unless someone else jumps ship from 1 or 3. Ooh, organized in a secret operation to help a friend win something. Dun dun dun! It's done. This is kind of risky to say considering current company, but it'll probably be fine. Never have I ever organized a secret operation to help a friend win something. I stare at Maisie directly in the eyes, just like she did to me before. I can't believe you brought that up now of all times. I have no idea what you're talking about. This prompt is just like your one. Totally random. Fuck yeah, Sid. Now you're really getting into the spirit of the game. Maisie downs her drink. What are you guys talking about? I'd love to hear that story too. Shit, I totally forgot Violet and her gang were the people Maisie enlisted the help of that night. For those who maybe need a refresher because they haven't played the demo in a while, but Sid is talking about Maisie and his plan to rig the competition so Jayda wins. That's all. For Operation Art Rig, I explain it here. Goddamn, I beat myself to the punch. For Operation Art Rig, when we manipulated the votes to help Jayda win the Student's Choice Award. Seriously, Sid, didn't you think this through at all? Ugh, and Steph was there too. How could I forget? She knows exactly how much I risked with that prompt, just to make Maisie take a drink. Which sounds incredibly stupid and petty when I put it that way in my head. Guys, what are you talking about? Nothing. Just a while ago I happened to tell Sid about this time I may have rigged some votes to help a friend win something. Votes? For what? For a student council president or something? Something like that. That's very convenient, vague phrasing from Maisie. It seems like she's trying to avoid her own no lying rule by talking in generalizations. Suppose I should be grateful though. This predicament is my fault and Maisie's bailing me out of it. We had that back at Broadchurch or something, right guys? This is incredibly fucked. I'm cooking the pancakes. What? I'm glad you're cooking pancakes, oh yeah. I'm shaking in nervousness. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause this much anxiety. I don't remember Violet being there though. No, she isn't there. She doesn't say anything, but Maisie talks about how she got her friends from musical to help rig the votes. Violet is friends from musical. Why did she bring up votes? You monsters. She stepped on a landmine. I embrace the chaos. We've got all the reactions in the chat. Oh, sure, yeah. Francis nudges Eddie. Seems like he picked up Maisie's cue for help. Totally, a student rep. I think Maisie's little brother is going for it in his year, isn't he? Ugh, my parents are making him do it. Well, the truth is more complicated than that, like Albie told me at his birthday party, but whatever, we don't have time to discuss that right now. Anyways, it is important. All I did was get people to vote. It's not a big deal, really. There's not much of a story to it. Is there, City? Jayda turns to me, wary. None at all, just a little in-joke between Maisie and I, that's all. While I'm not strictly lying, obfuscating the truth like this feels pretty much the same. I hope Maisie doesn't get mad at me. I'm following her cue by talking vaguely and not outright denying anything. I'm just not telling Jayda the whole story. So hopefully this doesn't break the rule of the game in her eyes. Okay, City, if you say so. I laugh nervously, trying to reassure Jayda. Why do I get the feeling that Steph is annoyed with me for asking that question? Ugh, that's the last thing I need. My silly attempt to embarrass Maisie making Steph cross. Well, maybe that's exactly what just happened, Sid. And tonight of all nights? Good work, Sid. That was a really good prompt. Ugh, I feel like my attempt to get back at Maisie is totally blown up in my face. It's okay, you guys just did some, this is like a test dummy you threw on the landmine, you know? In your full playthrough, you just know to not click this. Assuming you rig the archer. Which you may not do in your playthrough. You may not do. Naturally, no one else takes a drink from my prompt. That was an interesting way to spend a turn. But hey, if nothing else, I got Maisie to drink. Anyways. The regret in the chat, my god. We're in this together. Off with your head. Sid authentic demands. Look, he's allowed to make poor decisions. You know, that's what being 16 is all about. No regret from me, Ben. Ben is here for it. I respect that. I respect that a lot. Anyways. It's your turn again, Steffi. I suppose it is. Back to Steph now. Yes, exactly, Zolf. Exactly. Luckily, I thought up a great prompt while everyone else had their turns. Fuck yeah, hit us with it. Steph clears her throat. I tense up. Last time she gave her prompt was about whether everyone has been in love before, which is an awkward thing to admit, especially to the person I've been crushing on all year. What's it going to be this time? Surely it can't be more awkward than last time. Right? Never have I ever. And we'll stop it there. Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good stopping point. I'll just click through the rest of it now. Making bad decisions in video games is fun. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Glorious troll. I know. I really did that. I'm sorry. I'll go through the little explanation now. As someone who typically got bad hangs, I try to avoid such things. That's fair enough. That's fair enough, Symphonic. And let's stop it there. The context going forward is top secret and full of S-class spoilers. Like, yeah, it was hard to dodge spoilers, and I had to grey out some options in the background during this section, because they just talked about things that happened in the last week that are big and dramatic, that you guys don't really know about yet. You would have gotten a lot of hints from this from this gameplay, though. Like, there's some wording, there's some little comments from characters that give some hints, but yeah. So, this makes sense as a stopping point for the preview. I hope you'll enjoyed it, though. I'm sure that you made some amusing decisions. I mean, there was no way you guys weren't going to tell me to click say something sexy when advising Jayda about her upcoming Never Have I Ever turn. I think it's scientifically impossible to resist the urge to click any in-game option with the word sexy in it. However, before the preview ends, I can give you a quick tease of the direction this game of Never Have I Ever goes. It's not over fully yet. I'll give you a little preview. Why don't we jump forward in time to a point near the end of the group's game of Never Have I Ever? So we're going to jump forward in time just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm a little sorry, Zolf. I don't have it in me to hurt Jayda. It is... I'm glad it's physically painful in some sense. I may be out of the game because I ran out of drinks. But... as the birthday girl, I still get to give everyone prompts when the circle comes around to me. That's not how this game works. But birthday girl rule is law, I suppose. And I have the perfect prompt for you guys. Woo! Go girl. Hit us with it. I'm ready. I think. Go for it, Maisie. Never have I ever... what's it going to be this time? Another sexual-related question. Maybe something to target me or one of the others. Kissed one of my friends. I freeze. The whole table is completely silent. The sound of the other partygoers in the pool echoes in the distance. But Maisie's eyes are focused on me. I mean, I know someone here who has. I feel a drop of sweat roll down from my brow. And I gulp. Now that's a cliffhanger, am I right? Maisie is the rules master, it's true. Maisie is confirmed as the bestest. It's true, you know, she'll humiliate you in front of everyone, throw your decisions in your face. Truly best friend, best girl material. He's gonna step out, bro. What is this, a soap? You're not wrong. I mean, that's a little dramatic, isn't it? Is this also new music? It does play... I think it plays during the premonition of demo 1.5, I think. Next time on LSD. Next time on LSD. Steph's evil twin. Maisie's surprise pregnancy. You won't believe who the father is. What else happens? And then, like, Jayda runs into a burning building and we don't know what happens to her. Stu drives off of a cliff. Will he survive? Trying to think of other soapy shit that happens. Grace and Susie have an affair. I don't... It is an unfortunate shortening, yeah. No spoilers, but the baby will be covering. Oh no! Insert EastEnders Duff Dove here, yeah, basically, right? I hope you enjoyed that little extra glimpse I gave you of all of the Never Have I Ever seen. Things really heat up at the end of the Never Have I Ever game, as you can clearly see. But even showing that feels like a bit of an S-class spoiler, so I better leave it there. Trust me though, that was only the beginning of things heating up during the game's final stretch. There is so much more love and suffering to be had in equal amounts. But probably more suffering now that I think about it. But that's what these kind of visual novels are all about. Anyways, that's all folks. See you. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that. You guys took a lot of the drinks. You can go through that whole thing and I think get away with only taking 2. Because 2 are automatic. Maisie's and Stu's are automatic drinks. So yeah, the maximum you can have is 3. But you guys are down to 1. You were just taking drinks left and right, ready to go. Not everyone will get a happy ending. Thanks for the stream. No, you're welcome. I hope, yeah, you guys got a good idea of the game. There's a lot of depth to Never Have I Ever going on in the background. I try to make all the decisions count, and I keep track of everyone's drinks as well, which is good fun and, you know, slightly manic if I'm being honest, but it makes it hopefully quite dynamic. I think that'll be especially apparent in the full game, where you have different files and you'll have different options for Never Have I Ever, Because like I said, we would have seen just over half of them now, but like the other half, the other 30%, let's say, are locked behind other decisions you can make. They're all good endings. It's true. I've made it very clear that I wanted all the endings to feel satisfying or whole in some way or another, you know? There's no bad ending. I don't think so, at least. I think even the ending that would most typically be considered bad, quote unquote, isn't all bad. I think it's, at worst, you could argue neutral, but I still think it has a positive spin the way I've written it. But that's spoiler town, and I won't talk about that too much now. I totally think Jayda caught up on that. Yeah. Maybe. Thanks again for being considering to the Europeans. Oh, it's no problem. You guys, I screwed you over with the last live stream. The least I could do is make sure this stream is good. Never seen it before. It seems pretty fun and dangerous. I'm glad. I love the danger of that game and the secrets that can spill out. It's a lot of fun. We need way more than 10 by 10 save slots. You genuinely might have a point there, actually. Maybe I should look into that. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. Anyway, let me click through this and finish it. What are we still doing here? Wait, what am I still doing here reading this? This isn't a Marvel movie. There's no post-credit scene for a gameplay preview. Yet I'm still here reading, and so are you. I guess I did delay this live stream for over a month. And while I really do hope it was fun and worth the wait for you all of you watching, both live right now and later on the YouTube VOD, I do feel like I owe you all a little something extra. Alright, you know what? Why not? If you're watching this, then you're one of the most dedicated fans of LoveSick Darlings. One of the most dedicated fans LoveSick Darlings has. And that means you deserve something extra. So why don't we skip forward just one more time to one of the last scenes set at Maisie's birthday party. That's right, this is a Marvel movie. This is my gift, like I said in the text on screen. Yeah, it's a little extra gift because, like, honestly, I said it would be ready in a month, then a month and 3/4 later, here I am. I suck at deadlines when it comes to this game for some reason. In my normal life and work and commitments and personal life, I always keep track of everything really well, but this game always goes out of control, so I'm gotta make it up for you guys, you know? Shades at the end of Ferris Bueller. So when's the next one? I kid. I have no idea when the next one will be. I'm not a... Streaming takes so much energy out of me, and I try to make it special, like right now, so it's hard. Let's go. You're here. Never have been happy to see an after credit scene. Nowhere did you stay at an Earth month. Guys, I've been operating on Jupiter time this entire time. The game's running early, in fact. Anyways, things do be like that. Don't worry, Dimmer. Thank you, Saxon. Thank you. Let's get into this after credit scene. The sound of partygoers chatting, drinks clinking, and people splashing reverberates through the air. The setting sun cloaks us all in twilight, a transitory period where anything can happen. A fading spring breeze flows through the air, making me shiver just a little bit. I cloak myself in my now dry towel and lean forward slightly, feeling the warm embrace of the bonfire. Maisie really put us through the ringer with that game of Never Have I Ever, huh? You can say that again. But it was fun, wasn't it? Yeah, it got a bit tense, but it was fun. Steph has also curled up slightly. also trying to retain warmth in the rapidly cooling evening. She's practically glowing in the bonfire. Her eyes are lost in the flickering flames, deep in thought. This is it, isn't it? Us alone, around this bonfire. This is where I finally tell her about how I feel. There you go. That's your little bonus, everyone. A little sneaky CG reveal exclusive for you guys. Wow, the cliffhangers just don't stop coming, do they? That's it. There's no more after this. I've teased you with one extra cliffhanger, like on top of the already cliffhanger in the event. Now there's another one. This is it. No more after this. That was the final tease, I promise. It's not like Oprah, where they just like have another one ready to go. No. And did you see that brand spanking new CG? I hope you all did. I hope you all got a good look at it. Hot damn, Fee really nailed Steph's beauty under the setting sun. And did you see how... I got a bit excited there. I rarely get to show off new CGs anymore, as they're pretty much all loaded with huge spoilers at this point. But I thought this was one I could quickly show off for you all watching, as a special treat. It's a CG I won't be revealing for quite a while outside of the stream, so I hope you all got a good look at it. That really is the end now. It is. Thanks so much for tuning in. The gameplay demo will end now. Although I'm sure I'll keep rambling for a while on the live commentary. That's me predicting my rambling nature. However many days ago I wrote this. Yep, it's true. I'm going to keep rambling for probably another couple of minutes. Anyways, back on the main menu. You're welcome. He can't keep getting away with this. He really can't. I feel like leaving it there makes it worse. Not once, but twice. Lord of the Rings style. I've had first half cliffhanger. Yes, but what about the second cliffhanger? It's true. CG was nice though. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. I really like that CG. That was one I used my own money to purchase outside of the Kickstarter. Kickstarter money I spent immediately on art and music when it finished. But over the last couple of years, I managed to sneak maybe 2 or 3 more extra CGs in that I really wanted. That was one of them. I really wanted to make that scene special, and it was always sad. I always found it sad that my budget never allowed for it. It was just going to be them talking by a bonfire, and I was just going to get a background image. But now, it has CG, and I love it, and there's so many more CGs I love and can't show. It's so painful not being able to show them. Some of these I've been holding on to since 2020. Ugh. It's okay to ask how many CGs are in the full release. I feel like I should know the number off the top of my head, but I don't. I can find out for you. Let's make sure this isn't showing up on the stream. It doesn't. That's good. I can find out right now through my secret LoveSick Darlings asset folders. I don't know if the number... I should know the number off the top of my head. For marketing, that would be helpful. I think it is quite a lot, though. So, according to my brain, we have 82 CGs. Yep, 82 CGs. That's it. Yeah, that's right. Which, I don't know. Is that a lot? Is that not much? Who knows? That's up to you, I suppose. That's your perspective. Yeah, I am checking. It's also dependent on me adding more. Yeah, it's true, but I have cut myself off. No more. I'd love to add more, but I can't. It'll take forever if I keep commissioning art. That's a lot. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, okay, to be fair, the 82 counts variations. Like, let me just be perfectly clear. I don't want to mislead anyone. So 82, for example, this Jayda and this Jayda count as 2 different CGs according to my numbers. Just so we're clear. And same with like the Steph perspective shots. Like those are unique CGs each. That said, I could even do a rough count, and I do think it's at least 60 if you don't count variations. But some of the variations are pretty meaningful, I'm gonna say. Like, this is a meaningful variation, I'm gonna say. Truly classic image, this Jayda. I think this pair of CGs alone made everyone fall in love with Jayda. Yeah, she's too powerful. Sadly, I gotta go. No problem. No problem, Absol. Add more, Kashi. I'd love to. I'd love to. Trust me, Kashi. I'd love to. That's what made people fall for beta. I think so, personally. I think that was a very powerful CG. How many endings are there? Just one for each of the main heroines or more? Bro, day 1, playthrough 1. Yeah. Are there... But then Maisie... Okay, first I'll answer that question. Endings... It's hard to put into words because I think the closest thing I can compare it to is all of the main endings are a bit like the Undertale neutral ending. So for those familiar with Undertale, it has like an outright bad ending and an outright good ending, and then a neutral ending where it's just like 100 different variables give you kind of different versions of similar results. LoveSick Darlings has 4 main branches, I'm going to say. All 4 main branches, though, kind of have traits like the neutral ending of Undertale. For example, in Undertale, you can get the neutral ending where Papyrus survives and one where he dies, you know? And in the same way, one ending of LoveSick Darlings, pure example here. I'm just making this up, okay? You could... Let's say you pursue Steph and you maximize the potential of that relationship. That's your ending path. How Maisie and Jayda and Sid's personal life in general is affected by that can be different, though. If that makes sense. There's 4 branches, but those branches will have different leaves. Like, I don't know if that metaphor helps or not. She said hi and I was there. Exactly. It's true. It's true. I mean, like, those opening ones of the flashbacks kiss for Maisie's so vulnerable. It's exactly. Exactly. Not gonna lie, that Jayda CG is making me feel mega cold. Epic, right? I guess that's true. Does each of the girls have an outright good ending? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm gonna argue all 4 of the ending branches, not argue, personally say as the creator more like. All 4 of the main ending branches, I think are positive. I think so, at least. At least I've written them to be that way. Now, would answering that be spoilers? Nah, that's not spoilers. So kind of like Fallout New Vegas? Yeah, actually, that's a good comparison. New Vegas works. I mean, having played games similar to this, the worst thing when you're like, oh my god, this is my favorite character, showing them being like, alright, and then one character has a real ending. I respect the hell out of you for it. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad. There is absolutely no real or canon ending at all planned or in mind whatsoever. No, none of... They're all canon. They're all equally canon, equally possible. It's just up to you. In terms of the branches, as well as the leaves on the branches as well. There's no way Dimitri would half-ass the story by making an obvious canon route. No canon route. No. No, it's not how I roll, unfortunately. To my detriment at times. You know, 780,000 words later, or whatever I'm on right now. Yeah. Evidence, have you seen how much he's written? And keeps writing. I know! Help! Help! I'm a prisoner of this story. I'm a prisoner of this story, but also I love it. That's the only reason it's come so far. If I hated this story, I could end it right now, but I won't. It needs to be perfect. I'm determined to make it perfect. It's true. Zolf does get to read them all as Mr. Editor King himself. I think it was at the beginning of this month I said I would have the next script to him. It is now the end of November and the script is not in his hands yet. Anyways. It'll get there. It'll get this off soon, I promise. You've got your own projects too, which I wouldn't dare to interrupt anyway, but still. I'll get them to you soon. It's not bad timing though. Oh, that's okay. That's good at least. That's good at least. Anyways, I hope everyone enjoyed that. Yeah, the options were fun. There are even more you can explore in the full game. And, you know, theoretically I could click new game right now and you could see all of them, but anyway. I feel like there were enough spoilers in just what I showed off now. I hope the main point of this stream is to show off the Never Have I Ever minigame and how you can win and lose at it, basically. How you can even lose to your own questions, embarrass your friends, and kind of maybe even regret embarrassing them and being, like, sad because of it. Like, yeah. I didn't mean it like that, Kashi. I'm not saying end it like delete. That would be evil. Holy shit. That would be evil to do that. No, I'm talking like I could make the ending just happen whenever I want, really, but I won't. Like, since we're wrapping up the elevator game, Cat Girls Prep, it releases December 13th. That's true. That is really soon. God. You and Nairu can just get games out the door. I am jealous. There's not a light, fluffy story. Don't you try, don't evoke yourself. Health comes first and foremost. We can wait. Want to be the best it can be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm very appreciative. Everyone is always so kind about this game taking 800,000 years to finish. Thank you. I know how George R. Martin feels, except, like, in a good way. In a good way, I think. No, way behind. Way... Oh, you are? Way behind? Oh, I didn't think it was that far behind. Is your way behind 3 months? Because my way behind's a year and a half so far. Like, you will never beat my way behind. I don't think that's possible. Also, you show evidence of actually making progress. Thank you. I do. I like to think I do. The alphas and the betas and now this live stream and the updates. I like to think I put in the effort to be like, hey, this project isn't dead. I am just determined to make it perfect, and making it perfect is taking an extra year and a half. Probably even longer. I try not to think about that, though, and just try to enjoy writing for what it is, because I really do love this story. And I think it's really important to me that I release it on my own terms and in my own vision, you know? Because I think people respond well to it as well. Not to be like, oh, I'm the best, I'm the master, but, you know, like, I just, you know, I think the reason the game resonates with the people that it does is because the love and passion is in it, you know? It's not just something I'm phoning in or writing because I have to. It's because I want to. And I think that's evident. Oh, June 2022. Well, 6 months isn't bad. 6 months isn't bad in game dev world. You're doing okay, Zolf. You're doing good. Unlike Gur. I don't know who Gur is. Oh, George R. Martin. Oh, yeah, that's true. But I'm sure he has his own pressures. He has people actually mad at him. I don't have people mad at me. If people were mad at me, I'd probably update less, actually. It would be a bit scary. The main character's a graduate. Don't say that. The game is set in the 2010s. They've already graduated. They've already graduated. Thank you, Kashi. Thank you, Kashi. Nice. Always appreciate the love. Always appreciate the love. Someone mentioned Jayda after story earlier. We'll see. We'll see if I have to pick a canon route in the end. To be honest, I have no idea what I'd do for an after story or follow-up to this game. I imagine my brain automatically thinks, I guess when they're adults, theoretically, but they will still be friends. That's a fun thing to think about, like, because all the endings might have different results for whether they're still friends or not. To the point that I think if I did another visual novel, it wouldn't have these guys whatsoever. But I'd sneak Grace in as a cameo or something, you know? Like, just one of the side characters. You know, just on the side. And then, or maybe in like a book somewhere, you can see like a forum post by, you know, Spiral Drill Fan 111, and it's like, and like you can tell it's Jayda. You know, that's what I'd do. That's what I'd do as like a quote unquote sequel, I think. Meeting up with the rest for some hangout. Yeah, true. Not a bad idea. I think I'd want a bigger time gap, to be honest. I think it'd need to be, if I ever did anything, I think I'd want a sizable time gap. No. Oh my god, could you imagine marriage and shit? Oh, that's too much. I can't even process thinking about any of the characters getting married. They're still little babies trying to graduate in my brain right now. Maybe symphonic. Tell you where everyone went, then you can tell your partners. Yeah, true. It's true. Oh yeah, by the way, if I ever do any follow-up, no more branching. I want to, if I write another visual novel, it is kinetic. Whether it's a sequel or not, whether it's connected or not, no. Next visual novel's kinetic. Or at least 90% kinetic. No, it has to be 100%. If I give myself leeway for choices, I'll never let it go. You need to give yourself a chance to tell some different character stories after spending so long with these cute potatoes. It's true. These guys live rent-free in my brain. Their voices are just going blah, 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 blah all the time, and I just have to write it down sometimes. You know, the only way I could write a conversation about who pees in the shower and who doesn't is because at some point in my brain, these characters have just mentioned it somewhere, somehow. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I'm going to write that down. I might sound crazy now that I think about it, saying that out loud, but whatever. I've said it. Who cares? This is bad, and your Facebook scrolling and see everyone's lives, not having seen anyone since friendships. Oh, that's dark. That's too dark. Who would want to play that? My god. Like, I could just go to Facebook if I wanted to see people I'm not friends with anymore. Why would I do a game for that? Time for folk to hypothesize the wedding dresses. Oh my god. I leave that in your hands, readers. Like, if you want to do fan art, fanfics, I'd love that. I appreciate that. Weddings? No. If I'm being perfectly honest, I won't say who, but of the cast of the main three heroines, I really think only 3 of them would be interested. Only one of the 3 would ever even consider having a wedding. And she wouldn't even wear white, I don't think. You know? That's all I'm gonna say. Like, 2 of them are pretty anti-traditional relationship-y stuff, like weddings. One of them, I think one of them, it's pretty obvious who's most likely to enjoy a wedding, though. Like, right? Right? It's a punishment. Yeah. Yeah, Zolf might be onto something. That's all I'll say. Anyways. I'm gonna call it there. It's 2:58. 2 hours, not the time. It's 2:05 the time, but 2:58 hours of being live. I said 2 to 3 hours, so I may as well cap it off at 3. Thank you all for joining me. It was a great turnout, lots of liveliness. A strangely large amount of torturing Jayda with, like, embarrassing prompts and situations for her. But, you know, I think a bunch of you rationalized it as, I'd never do this in my run-through, I just want to see what happens if you do it. So, okay, well, you know, kind of sadistic, but I get it. Thanks for chatting, sharing fun things. No, it's always fun. I can talk forever. I'm a motor mouth person. I just talk. Like, give me something to talk about and I'll just go blah 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 all day. Like, I blame being Greek. Any of you who know Greeks in real life know all we do is go blah 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 blah. Because that's what my Greek family does. We just talk non-stop all the time. And that's what I do. Yeah. That's what creativity and being a writer or doing anything creative is. You know, it just lives in your head all the time. That's how it is. Absolutely, man. From around that part. Yeah, there you go, Nook. You know what's up. I don't know what Greek populations are like outside of Greece and Australia, but that is how we are. Anyways, gang, that's 3 hours. I'm gonna go now. It's 2 a.m. here. I may as well, I say get ready for bed, but I'll probably watch a couple of YouTube videos, then fall asleep. So, you know, whatever. Goodbye, everyone. Good night. Good afternoon. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good weekend. It's probably the start of your weekend for most of you on the chat, or maybe you're part way through it. Whatever. Have a good one. The night is still young, but my voice is about to go if you can't tell by the croakiness. So I'm going to stop there. Good night, everyone. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting LoveSick Darlings. As always, I love and appreciate you all. Very, very thankful for your support. Thanks, guys. Bye.